What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I'm Brayathorn. How's it going? Thank you for being here. I am, yes, I'm live. Zixlin, yes, indeed. What's up, Bill DeBurr? How's it going? Apocalypse, how's it going? Shoei Chorizo, welcome. Skeeter, how's it going? And over in YouTube land, what's up, Steve, Dave, Observe Thoughts, how you doing? Sailor, welcome, one and all. Braxton, how's it going? But yeah, we're here. We made it. And only like 10 minutes late this time. Not too shabby. So, how's everybody doing this evening? I'm feeling all right. I hope you are as well. We are here. We are gathered here this evening for the sacred nerding out of the nerds. A herd of nerds, if you will. A swarm, perhaps, if you prefer. And we shall nerd. It's a verb now. It's a verb now, if you didn't know that. Yeah, we're going to talk about computers. We're going to help a few people find the right pre-built or parts, DIY parts list for their budget and needs. And we're going to tell a few people to wait for 50 series because that's in some circumstances, that's going to be the right thing to do. And that's just how that works. And I don't like doing that. But especially, like, okay, I gotta remind you guys, if you're coming in with a budget that would accommodate something like a 5080 or a 5090, and I tell you to wait, and you're like, I don't really care about the new thing coming out in 5 weeks. Because here's the thing, chat. Bring it in. Here's the thing. We're not certain that anything's gonna launch at the end of January. Every source that I have heard has said, yeah, you know, we're announcing it on the 6th and it should be launching on, you know, near the end of the month. This is nothing official, though. We're going off of I'm not going to say rumors, because at this point it's a lot of people saying it, and including people who should know, that I cannot name. But I will just say this: it is good to know people in the SI industry, because they work with their distribution and hear about when things are going to be available and place their orders for allocations if possible. So that's a lot of what I'm going off of. It's not just hearsay, it's their say, but not like there as in location. It's the possessive, well, anyway. However, Nvidia has been well known to throw curveballs, especially if there's production issues. If there are production issues, that can definitely lead to involuntary curveballs. I've been saying balls far too often in this stream for my liking already. So who knows? But I have to operate off of what information I have as an industry outsider. I'm not an insider. I've got maybe a foot. I got a foot in the industry and a foot in the other side of things as a consumer, and that's where I be. So when I tell you guys to wait, it's not necessarily wait for a product. We're waiting for information, and you won't be waiting long, because that information will be on the 6th of January, and I will be reporting live at that time. Not live. I'll be reporting at that time for you guys. Heck, maybe I can stream from the event. I don't know. If I can, I will. That would be cool, right? But I'd rather produce something a little bit more polished than that. I'd like a little bit of polish, like a little, you know, a spit shine of polish on there. Something, anything. So But you'll know. We'll all know. We'll all know on the 6th. Okay. So if it's like, yo, this isn't coming out till March, and you're like, I don't want to wait that long, then don't. But you'll know. And knowing, as they say, is half the battle. And my research has shown that the other half is fighting, apparently. That's what I hear. But knowing, half the battle. That part's for sure. Observer Thoughts, thank you for lurking in both streams. I appreciate that. Zixum says, hi, Braithorn. I just ordered the PC we built on stream. Only thing is that I changed was the AIO was out of stock and the fan was not set to intake. But thanks again for being a massive help with the build. Truly, we're not set to intake. I'm not sure what the deal is on that. Did we do a custom build where they reverse flow fans? I don't know exactly what you mean, but okay. Hopefully more list people show up that Tuesday. Then Tuesday, yes. I'm already hydrating. Well, Zixlin redeemed that hydrate way early in the stream, but we'll take it. The Nerdpocalypse. Good evening, Alice. How are you doing? I'm not saying that after jazz. I'll say that. George, that's way better than 75 hertz, brother. What? Oh, George Douglas is a 4060 and 15 and a 15 1440 good. I mean, I would do like a 144 hertz at the very least on that, George. Why people scalping B580 is kind of dumb. It's not, these aren't people who know the industry. They know demand. That's it. All they know is that people want something and they don't want them to get it directly. They want to get it through them. Where they're going to charge extra. They don't care about, they don't know the specs. They don't know anything about the industry. They just know, oh, a lot of people want this. I'm going to buy 15 of them and then, or I'm going to buy 50 of them and then sell them for twice the price. Those aren't selling. People aren't buying those. I guarantee you people aren't buying those. They have to be fools to be buying those. Oh God, some people are probably buying those. Anyway. But once you go above $250, the whole thing about the B580 is gone. It's a price to performance card like that. It's a budget card. Once you're spending $50 less than something like a 7800 XT or $150 less than a 4070 Super, the whole proposition's out the window. Tony G. Ready Slate 8MP005. Is it worth $1,600? Tony G, is it priced at $1,600? Then yes. Is it right for you? I don't know. I don't know you. But you can let me know who you are and what you need from a PC by filling out the form in the description. That sounds like an iBuyPower PC. And iBuyPower toes the line very closely between what you can spend to build it DIY and what price you can get it at for pre-built. Like, their deals are really good. I don't know the specs of that PC memorized. You just told me a model number. Is it $1,600? Yeah, then it's probably worth $1,600, I guess. I thank you for overestimating me completely. I appreciate that. But yes, Alice, good to see you. George, I'm going to teach you something about stream etiquette. Don't repeat don't copy paste and repost stuff. That's called spamming, and no streamer likes that. I do read through chats. I was just greeting everybody. It takes a little time, and I did already answer that question. Bro, please answer. Bro, please answer. Don't do that. That's silly. Don't do that. Yeah, you can fill out the form if you want one-on-one help. Bro. What's up, Tony G? Intel emote R core emote trademark Ultra 7. What am I supposed to glean from this, Tony G? You're telling me what CPU is in the Ready Slate 8MP? That's one part out of like the 15 components, or I don't know, whatever, that make up a PC. That's not telling me anything. If all you're getting is a CPU for $1,600, I'm going to tell you that is not worth it. Yeah, the fans were set to exhaust apparently, so I changed them. Hold on a second. I just did a configuration for a PC on Chill Blast. I don't remember there being any specific option to set anything up as exhaust or intake. So, don't know what to tell you there. What's up, Arutu? What's up, Crash? How's it going? Brave, you seen that dark purple Galaxy S24? Nah, I got an S23 Ultra. It's fine for me. I don't really look at other phones once I've got one. I don't do phone reviews or anything. I just make sure it works for what I need. Horse Soda says, yo, update. I successfully replaced a 750 watt PSU in your King 95 build with a, that's an 850 watt power supply, by the way, with a 1500 watts. That 850 watt power supply would have run the 4080, by the way, just not to a crazy extent. I learned you need the strength of an angry gorilla and bloody fingers to remove the existing CPU power cables on the motherboard. It took me an hour. Yeah, with the AIO in place, with the radiator in place, that can be tough. Make sure that you seated the new one in there fully, that it clicked and you cannot pull it out. Big Chief 1225, welcome to the stream. How's it going? Just want to say thanks for the pre-built deal on the King 95. It's amazing. It's my first desktop gaming PC after using a laptop for years. Thank you for picking that up. I don't know if I said this to you guys when we were talking about that during the 11-hour build stream when I built the things or any of that. But I was talking to somebody about that today. And to be perfectly frank, I mean, this is, of course, this is the, that's the fan shroud, the little fan grill that comes in that. Skytech put a lot of trust in me to do that whole thing. They put a lot of trust in me because here's the deal. People shop by numbers. Big number better. And some people would ignore all of my messaging on the system, look at a $2,000 PC and be like, oh, it doesn't come with a 4080 Ti Super Ultra? What? For $2,000? This is meant to be a streaming PC. It has a motherboard that has tons of I/O. It has a highly rated power supply. It has very good memory in there. It has an amazing CPU that's literally 1/4 of the entire budget of the PC. And it still comes with a 4070 Super. The whole thing you get built, tested, shipped, and warranted for the same price as a PC part picker list for the same PC. It was a crazy deal. And I told them, I was like, no, 4070 Super, and they knew this, they know this stuff, but they also know that a lot of shoppers shop by CPU and GPU versus dollar amount, and that's all they look at. And that's normal. I don't like it. I'm working on that. That's part of what I do, is to try and educate on that kind of stuff. I'm not a big fan of that, but it's very normal. But they trusted me when I said, no, $2,000 is one of the #1 budgets that I get on my charts. I know my audience, at least, a lot of them are shopping in that price point. And like 40% of y'all want to stream. So that PC made super sense. It made so much sense. And they're like, okay. And they gone. Y'all bought them all up. Thank you for validating Skytech's trust in me on that. And yes, I attempted to power the 40, but the adapter cable wasn't sufficient enough to power. Oh, okay. I guess you didn't have the 3 connector adapter cable that would have come with them. Okay. Well, yeah, sorry about that. But hey, you have a good backup power supply just in case. You have a good backup GPU, although you're probably putting that in the other PC. You got backup stuff, and it's probably running amazingly now. I would buy 3 of them 120. What, these? Yeah, I mean, I would like to put these in all of my builds. I don't have... Basically, you would think Skytech... Because Skytech has a 3D printer That's nearly the size of this room. But it's not for stuff like this. They used like a $500 printer, multicolor printer for it. And I would love to have one, actually. I really, really want one for PC mods. To design and make stuff for PC mods in the future. More on that later. And like much later. You'll hear more about that later. But I just don't have the scratch for it. But yeah, they're really cool. But I'm sure that there's a service out there that I could have print out a bunch of these. It's just I don't want to be stuck holding the bag if only a few people are interested. I don't know. Dr. Mitch, thank you for the lurk. Appreciate it. The sweater is sick. I love it. Thank you, Dodger Dog. My partner got it for me. She's awesome. It's very cozy. Very cozy. It's oversized, which is nice. Like, it's just very comfortable. The sleeves are actually way too long, so I cuff them back, and I think it looks kind of sick. It's okay. I have a backup PSU now along with an existing PC, right? And a 4070 Super. Yep. And it's also another white build. Yeah, that's good that you got the 4070 Super that matches. That's very cool. I think it makes the RGB more special having it your streaming system deal. That's true, but there's so many people who have said that they just want it that I don't know. I guess it's true that if it's just for those, it makes it special. But I want something like this in all my collab PCs moving forward because the Skytech one was not the last one. I'm basically going to try to go with different SIs over time and do different price points, right? Like, you know, maybe we'll do a $1,000 PC somewhere, and maybe we'll do a $3,000 PC somewhere or something like that. And it's just going to hit the whole community at one point or another. But I like stuff like this because it dresses it up. It gives it a theme without permanently marking it as such. You can remove this if you want. Especially if you're going to resell it. Someone sees that, they're like, oh, this is like a whited out PC, but there's a purple and yellow B in there. Why purple yellow B? What happened there? Tony G. Okay, I'm going to say this again. Look in the description of the stream, click that link and fill out the form, okay? I don't care what the PC is. I don't know you and what your needs are. So I don't know if it's right for you. Please fill out that form. That's what it's for. That gets you in line to get help because there are people in line to get free help. Of course there would be. Why wouldn't there be? So that's how that works, everybody. Listen up. Listen up. If you want help, if you want one-on-one free help finding the right pre-built or DIY parts list for your PC, please, if you're watching on Twitch, the link is right here. Please click that link and fill out that form. If you're watching on YouTube, check out the description for the stream. And the very first thing in there is a link to the form that will get you on the list to get help. So fill that out. Once you have done so, you need to then let me know that you filled out the form and you're waiting for help. How do you do that, you might ask? Well, if you're watching on YouTube, it's really simple. You just type @Brayathorn, I'm on the list. And when I say @ I mean the @ symbol. Type the @ symbol and then start typing my name and it'll just fill it out for you. You click that, I'm on the list. Bam, done. If you're watching on Twitch, it's even more simpler. All you have to do is follow me on Twitch, and then you have access to like 4 or 5 free emotes. One of those just says, I'm on the list. Click that, put that in the chat. And I will then zero in on that, and I'll know that you're on the list. Okay. Man, we are about to take over to 2025. Man. What a year 2024 was. I just need the STL. That's honestly, I didn't design it. I don't have it. You should check out Settle Built PC again. They have a new store now. Rhino, I've never heard of them. Settle Built. Is it like Settle for Us? We're all right, I guess. After Jazz says, what do you have in your home gaming rig? 14900K and 4090. Eating Christmas candy, says Sailor. Good luck. Good luck. We're all rooting for you. And Rhino, I understand that you meant Seattle built PC. Haven't checked them out in a while, but when I looked at them a while back, there were things in their builds I didn't really like. Like the size of the storage drives by default were small, if I'm not mistaken. It was a long time ago. I'd have to look again. That's one of the things. That was one of the things. I just didn't like some of the specs on some of their systems. I didn't think that they were that well spec'd out. It's all good, Rhino. I did get it. So far, it doesn't look like anyone has filled out the form tonight. So anyone who fills out the form is going to be first. Don't rush it, because if you ignore any of the instructions on any of the questions, you give me the permission to roast you. That's in the beginning part of the form. It says so right there. So take your time. But if right now, what that means is if you submit your form, you're getting help tonight. All right. So, I know. I guess I'm about to be like, I want to talk about the B580. I talked about that last stream. I shared my thoughts already. I'm good on that, I think. Here's what I'd like to talk about. I'm on the list, but we are waiting, correct? Well, yeah, I mean a little bit. We're waiting. Yes, wait for 50 series. You have a high budget for that, and yeah, I would hold off for that. Do the Do 4 says, I just dropped in. Help with what? Well, it's in the title of the stream. PC Matchmaking. Do the Drew, excuse me, it's Do the Drew. Drew, what I do is people share with me, people who want to get either a pre-built PC or that want a DIY parts list for a PC build will fill out a form and let me know what their budget is, what they're going to use it for, what resolution they want to use for their monitor, which helps a lot with the GPU choice, things like that. And then I do one-on-one consultations basically for free. That's what I do here. Live on TV. Well, Twitch. But you know what I mean. It sounds pretty whatever, but it's actually pretty rad. I really enjoy doing this. Skeeter Gaming 75-inch TV. I feel like since I did that a few times in a row, I don't feel like it's as funny anymore. When I'm like, 75-inch TV, huh? It's just not as... the shine is worn off. The honeymoon's over. They said they watched your stream on them and they made some changes, so they might be better now, but I could be wrong. Why don't they say that to me? Rhino, why didn't they say that to me? I would love for Seattle Built to reach out to me. I think they've come into the stream before, actually. I think they've spoken in the stream now and then. But I will say this. huge congratulations to Seattle Built PCs for the growth, for the dedication that you guys have shown, and for having the new space, the new store. Hell yeah. Love to see that kind of thing. I'll have to take another look at you guys and see what's changed, what y'all have done. What have you done? Yeah, I want to see that stuff. I want to see how you're progressing, because that's how we do this. There's plenty of SIs that I've worked with on things, and we don't see eye to eye on everything, and that's okay. Whenever I say my opinions, I make sure people understand those are my opinions. They're not some kind of like, oh, these are the rules when it comes to pre-built PCs, just because I'm the one YouTuber who focuses on pre-builds. No, I don't see it that way, and I hope you guys don't see it that way either. This is why I want more content creators to do what I do. Get in this niche, focus on pre-builds. It's the majority of the industry buying pre-builds. DIY is a niche. It's an awesome niche. It's one that I am heavily into, but it's a niche. However, the reason I want more content creators to focus on pre-builds, like really deep dive on pre-builds, is because I want you guys to have multiple opinions, because that's what I'm spouting here. That's what I'm yapping. Opinions. There are some things where it's kind of just objectively like, okay, you know, at this point, 2024, 512 gigs is not enough storage for a PC, for a boot drive. Well, I mean, it's okay if you have a boot drive like that, and then another M.2 that's like a 2 terabyte where all your stuff is at. But most people buying a pre-built are new to PCs, and what they should receive is a complete product without them having to do anything outside of just using Windows, playing games, or producing music, or doing whatever the heck they do. It should be a complete product out of the box. And the way I see it, and I've had this discussion with a lot of SIs before, because most people who work at SIs, at system integrators, to be clear, it's a system integrator. That's someone who builds PCs, usually from off-the-shelf components. Most of them are enthusiasts like me, and like a lot of you are going to be once you get your first PC and you're already enthusiastic about it, right? You're here watching some dude yap about them for hours. But they're like, I'm a builder, they are builders, but we have to take ourselves out of the DIY mindset that a builder naturally adopts and understand that no pre-built buyer should ever have to open their PC. They can, and if they want to upgrade it, they definitely should. Pre-builts are the #1 gateway into PC DIY. But they should never have to. And goodness knows, games are not getting any smaller in terms of file size. Quite the opposite, actually. Do the Drew says, the matchmaking sounds like a cool idea. Glad I dropped in. I love listening to build options. You're going to hear a lot of that here. I'll tell you that, Drew. Hey, I just got done watching a new Superman trailer. Pretty good. It looks pretty good. It seemed a little disjointed, but that's what a teaser is. A teaser is not meant to tell a story, really. That was a 2-minute teaser, though. That's quite a teaser, isn't it? Crash says, I don't understand the joke. Lol. The 75-inch TV one, because someone's watching on a huge TV, I zoom into my face, so my face is gigantic in their living room or whatever. That's the joke. All parts for my PC are here now. I'm nervous about putting it together now, even though I've watched 10,000 build videos and streams. Dodger Dog, uncertainty is normal the first time you do anything. Anything. Even those people whose YouTube videos you watch, even though they seem like it's like breathing to them, it's like whatever. They're so used to it. It's so whatever. Like they just do it all the time. They weren't born knowing how to do that. Any hobby you pick up, any skill you try to pick up, any craft, you're going to start out uncertain. And uncertainty is not something to be afraid of. It's going to help you be cautious. And caution is not a bad thing. Just don't let that overtake your enthusiasm. It's such a cool hobby. It is such a cool hobby. It's not for everyone. But for those who feel like it's for them, if you feel that way, you're right. And there are tons of resources out there to make sure that you can get into it safely and without throwing a bunch of money away. What's up, sick PCs? How's it going? Any response from the giveaway winner? Nope. Nothing yet. I'll check again, but I checked earlier today. Nothing. Mikey, this is exactly what happened with the previous giveaway. That took it took weeks, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen here. How close is that monitor review to completion? I need to look at it because I'm pretty sure it's mostly done. It's just that, you know, Cuddles did leave the channel, and there's a lot of projects that were there that some of them he couldn't get around to. That one was mostly done. It's just I'm gonna need to put the finishing touches on it myself and get that all out. Dr. Mitch says, even after building a lot, you still get nervous that it'll boot. Oh yeah, absolutely. It's like stage fright. And this is something that I did for many years. I did theater for many years. It doesn't matter how long you do something like that. Before curtains go up, or like out, depending on the theater, right? You still get stage fright. There are very few people who ever really get over stage fright. If you care about what you do, and that's not to say people who naturally don't feel stage fright don't care, but most people, if you care about what you do, then you're personally invested in it and you want to do it right. And that's naturally going to lead us to a little bit of what you could call anxiety, trepidation, and as I said, uncertainty. But when it came to performing, when it came to theater, I always just took that stage fright because fear is... it's energy. You feel that you're like shaking. You're like, oh, hey, that's a kind of energy. And I would just channel that in my performance. That's something that I was taught by just one of the best teachers ever, my theater teacher back then. And yeah, and that's channeled into like any time I feel uncertain about something. I'm just like, all right, let that fuel your fire to do better. Keep a clear head. Stay focused and let that trepidation fuel the fire to do your best. Don't take anything for granted when it comes to something you truly care about. I mean, then you're naturally set up to not take anything for granted if you actually care about it. But yeah. Is there a deadline for them to claim it? Yes, that is tonight. Actually, well, no, not tonight. When did I send the email? Hold on. Let me open it back up. 1 second. It's a 3-day deadline to respond. But like, think about that. Imagine seeing that email 4 days later, that especially if it went to spam. But that can happen. Yeah, so it was sent on the 17th. They have it until end of day tomorrow to respond. And if they don't, I'm going to draw a new winner. For the Azure giveaway, do I need to enter every day or just once? Big Chief, it's just once. If you want extra entries, you can watch the... what is it? The VOD, and I give out codes. 4 codes are in the VOD. There's a 5th one that you had to be there for. But there's 4 codes in the VOD that I give out, and that gives you extra entries. And you get to watch me building the PC that you might win. It's really cool. Yo, what's up, Robert? How's it going? Welcome. What's up, Zerd Tech and Gaming? How are you? Welcome. Especially if they're like me and don't check emails. Well, here's the thing. I had to name it Braethorn X Sick PC's winner. And that just sounds like spam, but it's literally what it is. That's what spam, that's the bad thing about spam, right? Well, one of the many bad things about spam is that it's based off of things that are legitimate. So yeah, they have until I would say 8 p.m. tomorrow to respond. So please respond. I would love that. Sick PCs. Oh, okay. Well, that's rude of the internet to do that. I was saying that it was sent on the 17th. They have until the 20th, the 8 p.m. on the 20th to respond. And if they don't, then we draw another winner. But what I was saying was, this is what happened with the previous giveaway, where it took weeks to do it. In this case, I don't think that'll be the same, but who knows? I mean, what can we do? We reach out, they have 3 days to respond, and if they don't, it's like, that sucks for them, but okay. Panda Man, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you. Imagine fumbling this giveaway. Yeah, I know. Skinny Dr. Mitch didn't see to my email. Dang. Well, it's pretty far off from your handle there, so don't think you would have. But Soggy Wonka Customs, hey yourself. What's up? Hey Squared, right back at you. When is the Braethorn anime coming out? I'm trying to think of a good one for this. Damn it. I got nothing. Oh, how about this? King of the Hill already came out, so best anime, by the way. I almost missed the email because I was installing my OS at the time, but luckily I found it. Well, Robert, the thing is, I just wanted you to find it quickly so I could announce it on stream. You had 3 days to respond, so it was fine. I knew you were going to be in chat during the stream, and I wanted you to be there when, for it. That's it. February 19th. 5/20/25. That's an actual date. You know something I don't know, Mikey? What's up, Brian Rhodes? How you doing? What's up, BB Dopamine? Submitted a form. Thank you for letting me know. I see that. Electrothermal, what's up? Welcome. Sick PC says B-Day. I don't know about no, actually my B-Day is September 11th, believe it or not. So that's not my B-Day, actually. That is actually when I launched the YouTube channel and the Discord, I believe. Was on September 11th in 2019, maybe? I don't know, actually. I should know these things. It all blurs together once you hit a certain age, honestly. Did you ever get your Threadripper to work? Yes. Did I ever switch over to it? Not yet. Setting up a dual PC setup with all the moving and shaking I've been having to do around here just hasn't been in the cards. But it works great. Who was a winner for the Azure 3? Good sir. Well, Soggy Wonka Customs... They have not responded yet, so I can't announce it. But I sent them an email and nothing. Now here's the benefit of that system. There are people out there who will set up throwaway email accounts in order to enter things. Now, usually those people also have throwaway Twitter accounts too for this kind of thing. And I didn't see that. So I had my doubts that this was a throwaway account, but I'm starting to think maybe it is. But the thing is, when you have that many throwaway accounts, you're probably going to miss an email even over like 3 days or so, because you're entering a lot of giveaways with those throwaway accounts. This is yet another way to filter those out. But Electrothermal, how you been? What's going on? What software do you edit with? Adobe Premiere Pro. And I wish I didn't. I wish I was on DaVinci Resolve. Better color with that. Wait, I thought the Azure 3 ends to... Oh, Azure 3. Yeah, sick PCs is what I meant. Azure 3. No one's won that yet. It's not over yet. I got confused. Azure 3 ends tomorrow. And you guys got to understand, when I say that the giveaway ends, that's when entries close. That's not when the winner is necessarily drawn. Because, as it states in the terms and conditions of the giveaway, I have the right to vet a drawn winner, to vet that they're not a bot or a throwaway account, to the best of my abilities. So that basically winner drawn will be validated for those reasons. It's in the terms and conditions. So that just allows me to do that. That is quite, I mean, and it's not cherry picking, because as long as it's a legit account, when I draw it, I go, I look, it's not just giveaways on their X account, Twitter account. God, that name is so stupid. It does not roll off the tongue, Elon. Anyway, their X account, it's like their former account. That's what that sounds like. And it doesn't work, dude. What's his obsession with just the letter? It's so weird. It's weird. He's a weird dude. Anyway, man, that's just going to get Elon stands to come after me. I like SpaceX, okay? SpaceX is great. But of course, they have the freaking letter X in there, didn't he? There needs to be an intervention. That's what he needs. It's for his own good. Anyways. But yeah, I check, and if it's just in a Twitter account, fight me. If it's just a Twitter account with just giveaway entries on there, that's probably that person's 10th account. That is not a legit way to enter this giveaway. That's someone who, they don't care what they win. They just want to win something. Whereas this should go to someone who actually is just a regular account that just is hoping to win a PC. That's who this should go to. So so basically that means once the 20th hits, it just means other people can't enter. And I get to try drawing a winner. And if it comes back that it's a valid person, I reach out to them. They have 3 days to respond. This is why we can't announce the winners right away. Mikey, you can clip that and just send a link to it to anyone who's like, hey, who's the winner? Tell me, did I win? Did I win? Did I win? Did I win? Ugh, come on, guys, chill. It's just a fun giveaway. Don't put all your hopes on getting a PC on a giveaway. PCs are accessible to most people through various means. Unless you feel like you just have to have a 90 class card for no reason. Like, don't oversell yourself on what you need to get to do what you want to do. Okay, Broga, that's a little bit much. I wasn't saying anything like that. And saying stuff like that just never really sits right with me. Like nope. Yeah, that, my friend, and I am not that, like, I know you've done stuff like gifting subs, things like that, but I do need to have my standards, the same standards for everybody. So that is a brief timeout for you, my friend, and we'll still be here when you get back. He is a ridiculous person. But people from all over the world have the right to be here. You know, that's what this land was founded on. Hell, if you want to kick out immigrants, how about everyone who came over on the Nina, Pinta, and Santa Maria and all their descendants? We were immigrants. It's just a silly thing. It's a silly thing to get hung up on when it's like the whole impetus of our country and the basis of our country. What's up, Blade Ball? How's it going? Zerd says, that's just like I can never win anything. I just enter giveaways for no reason. I mean, giveaways are not, they're never, like, you might feel to yourself like, oh, this is it. This is my shot. That's what 5,000 people are thinking, and one person's going to win. That's kind of, for me, one of the bittersweet things about giveaways. I love doing them. They're fun. But at the same time, there are way more people who don't win than there are who win. So, which is why I don't keep a stack of computers around. I don't just hoard computers like the baldest dragon you've ever seen. I give away. If anyone ever says, hey, we're going to send you a PC, you can do whatever you want with it, I usually will give it away unless I need it for a specific reason. Sir, the ship's name was a pina colada. Man, my bad. Sorry, Skeeter. Bought a pre-built from a local chain, arrived with a broken 4080 Super, had to pay $120 for them to replace with OC version or wait a month. Did I get scammed? Well, DevSoul, the thing about it is, things can happen to pre-builts, but you shouldn't have had to pay a penny if it arrived with something broken. You shouldn't have had to pay a single dollar. And that is not okay. So at that point, I would have been like, you want me to pay for a broken product? Extra, pay extra. And you're keeping the original money. Yeah, I'd like a refund. How about that? Because most companies like that will have a 30-day refund, full refund policy. It might have they might have like a restocking fee, but they've shown you what their priorities are when it comes to customer service. It hurts. I'm telling you this right now, okay? It hurts as a system integrator, especially if you're a smaller system integrator, when the shipping industry costs you money. But that's why every SI needs to be getting insurance. Now, is it easy to cash in on that insurance? Hell to the nah. It's not. Which is why I advocate for SIs to film the build process and document what the PC looks like going in as they're packing it. Like that whole process right there, that's for you too, SIs. That is also for you. But that's not on the customer. In no way is that on the customer. If the customer receives a broken product, the SI does sometimes take a hit on that, and often takes a hit on that. But it's one of the unfortunate costs of doing business. One of the reasons when people are like, dude, if you know so much about pre-builts, why don't you start your own pre-built company? No. No, please. I don't want to do that. Especially now that I know how hard it is. I'm terrible at running a business. I'll tell you that right now. That's the first thing. Secondly, it's way too much work. And that's because I'm already a full-time content creator, which is like a 24/7 job. Hell to the nah. Is, again, I'm saying that. I'm bringing that out. Why do I keep saying that tonight? Anyway. What's up, Critical Error? How's it going? CEC? I call y'all CEC. I'm still a little hung up on the name, if I'm being honest, but that's just an opinion thing. It's probably a tongue-in-cheek thing for y'all. We ensure every shipped PC. We haven't lost a case yet. I mean, that's what most SIs do, because there should not be any addition. Like, you're trying to make the customer happy in a very unhappy situation, and more money is not gonna make that happen. Like, they sold their reputation for that $120, DevSoul. That's how much it was worth to them. 120 bucks. Can you tell me what that company was called? I was offered a refund too, but I didn't want to wait till after the holidays. Well, DevSoul, if that's the case, that was your choice. So at that point, they can actually be like, all right, we offered them a refund. Now our policies kick in. Their policies suck, apparently. But if you were offered a refund and you turned it down, now their first thing should have been to say, you gave us money, you get working PC. We will fix this. And I've shipped PCs. It's scary to ship a PC. I couldn't imagine doing multiple a day, you know, much less like hundreds or like the amounts that like the big companies sell and ship every day. Forget that. No way. But that's why you'll see a company like iBuyPower. You unbox something from them and it has closed cell foam. That's not cheap. That is more expensive than single impact rated styrofoam. But that's because that's what you're sending it back to them in if you have to RMA your PC. That's why they throw money at things like Instapack. Instapack, I've bought Instapack, y'all. It's not cheap. And at the, well, I mean, in high volumes, it's cheaper than me. I'll buy like a 10 pack or something, you know. It ain't cheap. When you try to do an Instapack and you flub it, you're like, oh no. That's like, it's like $4 right there. I just messed up. 5 maybe. Why did I go with the number 4? Not a round number, but whatever. We would have called it the Toasty Braze. I think the Toasty Bros might have taken issue with that. I used DaVinci Resolve and I started this year and it's been pretty fun learning. Yeah, I feel like I need to learn DaVinci Resolve, but I'm so deep in this Premiere Pro, the Adobe ecosystem. And I thought about leaving it when there was a whole we can use your content thing. But I think they did pull a 180 on that. Memory Express in Canada. That's not a small company. DevSoul, that's a big company. I'm going to ask you to do something. I'll even make a SI testimonials channel just for this. But DevSoul, what we do in the community is I have in the Discord a group of channels called SI testimonials. And under that, you'll find individual system integrators there. Your iBuyPowers, Alexander PCs. Each one has their own channel and people can go in and share the story of their purchasing experience, the unboxing experience, how it is to use it, whether there was anything wrong with it, pictures to show what was wrong with it, things like that, to really validate that they're not just saying words, because that's the funny thing about words. You can string them together however the hell you want and say just about anything. When you provide proof of it, it just really validates what you're doing. And most online review things don't allow for that kind of thing. We do. And it helps other community members to be like, oh, I'm not going to buy from there, or I am going to buy from there because that sounds really great. Like if you're having a bad experience, it's especially helpful for you to share your story because that could turn into a really good story. A lot of people are likely to want to know, like, hey, if it comes in broken, what are they going to do? And Memory Express ain't doing it right, I'll tell you that. That's how I feel about the Apple ecosystem. I'm thinking about leaving it. I think they'll be like, you know what? You don't need them. Especially if you want a game. Like, what don't you have? You have a Skytech PC. Are you talking about phones like the iPhone? Do you think B580 is overhyped? I start feeling that, and maybe deja vu from my Arc A770 16 gigs I still have. Ayana People, what's up? The thing about it is, a lot of the reviewers that have spoken so glowingly about the B580 also tested the A770. So yeah, I only tested an A770. I haven't gotten a B580. But yeah, when you think about this, It outperforms the A770, and it's a lower class card technically. They would need to release a B770 for it to be like, oh, this is the comparable card. But no, I mean, the reviews are extremely positive, and it's not just one reviewer. This is a case where it's like most are saying positive things with a few detractors. That's usually a good sign, especially when Steve is one of them. I think 4 is a round number. What are you talking about, Steve? It's got corners everywhere. How is it a round number? Literally, well, I mean, it's 2 corners and 2 points, I guess, but whatever. For the love of God, turn down any orders to be stationed in 29 Palms. You'll thank me later. What was that? Oh, OG Gaming. What's up? Hello from Camp Panel to USMC. How's it going? Funny story. God, it was a while back. This was before my 9-month hiatus after I moved and had so many life complications that I couldn't stream for like 9 to 10 months. The streams on Twitch at that time were a lot bigger. Like without raids, I would have over 100 people just chilling out, and it was super hype. And at the time, there was a rec center in a military camp, and I can't remember, in a military station, military base, like recreational area. And they had like a LAN center and pool tables and all kinds of stuff from what they said. And they would have me on the big screens, which was just like blowing my mind. It was super cool. And I wish I remembered where that was, because it was just super cool to be able to say like, hey, thank you guys for your service. Thank you all you guys. And I hope you're enjoying me yapping about computers. And apparently they did. But I think the person that encouraged them to do that was like deployed or went stationed elsewhere or something like that. And I hope they're doing well. But yeah, they were no longer there to encourage them to do that, so it wasn't done anymore. That's fine, you know? Would you have offered the upgrade for free? I may have heard it wrong, but it sounds like they were charging for an upgrade and not a direct replacement, since he would have to wait. Oh, typically when a PC is damaged in shipping, we upgrade it for free. Oh, wow. I just saw that, CEC. I'm currently upgrading my motherboard, CPU, and RAM. I'm upgrading from AM4 to AM5. Should I back up anything, or will it be fine just switching? TYI Dread, always back up. It doesn't hurt nothing. Always back up your stuff. The answer to that question of should I back up is always going to be yes. Lo siento, Don B. Tengo nada contra los inmigrantes. Mi culpa. No worries. A timeout is just a timeout. It's just like a, don't do that. That's all that is. Remember that you can't convey tone through text. So it's still difficult for me to see like the nicer side of it. But, you know, again, I know you, and it's, you know, that's not a banning thing or anything like that, because you didn't say anything like awful and then back it up and say like, oh, well, all we're doing is, you know, this and that. I will always stand up for freedom of speech, as long as everyone understands that freedom of speech is not freedom from consequences. I've always liked to say it like this. And Broga, again, that wasn't even that bad. Basically, whenever someone goes into a someone's channel or someone's forum or something like that, someone's Discord, and says, well, I can't say this, that's censorship, freedom of speech. That's like going to someone's birthday party at their house, standing on top of the table and screaming out about QAnon stuff, making everybody uncomfortable, and then being asked to leave and saying, what, freedom of speech, freedom of speech? Like, no, you're in my house. And imagine a country where you couldn't kick somebody out of your house that was saying things that made everybody uncomfortable. I don't want to live in that kind of country. Hell no. Well, this is my house. Welcome to my house. I want everyone to feel welcome here. everyone of all types, of all walks of life, of all, you know, of all mindsets. I want us all to come together and nerd out about computers without politics, without religion stuff getting in the way. Feel free to believe what you believe, and as long as your actions don't harm others, is your life, your beliefs. You know, as long as your actions don't harm others, and also your words don't like just cause mental stress and harm to others, you're welcome here. And I want everyone to feel welcome here. That's it. But Broga, yeah, yours wasn't that bad. That was a good impetus. That was a good reason for me to remind you guys of how I feel about that kind of stuff. This is a chill space for everybody. Do you have a Discord that you can help me build my PC? Fishing People 305. You don't need that, but you can join the Discord, and there are people there who can help you. All you need to do is look at the description of the stream and click the thing that's at the beginning of it, the very top of it, and I can help you one-on-one. Now, BB Dopamine, are you here? Because are you still here? I know I yapped a whole lot, but you are first, and we're ready to get started. I like to talk for a while at the beginning of the stream, but we're done with that, especially because I talked about some stuff that can make some people uncomfortable. Let's not do that. Let's just talk about computers. That's what I'm good at. I'm not good at the other stuff. But BB Dopamine, it is your turn. So, what's up? Cherokee Vapor, how's it going? Yeah, they said if they had the same exact GPU in stock, they wouldn't charge anything. But because they only had the higher version, it was necessary. Oh, Dev Soul, then that's an upgrade. Okay, in that case, that does make sense. Right now, stock is really hard to get a hold of. Like, really hard for SIs to get a hold of. Especially something like a 4080 Super or something like that. So if they're charging you $150 because it's like, oh, we had the regular Gigabyte card in here, but we only have the Asus ROG Strix card, that's going to cost more. And they could try to give you that for free, but charging for it is not really, like, it's not theft. It's not a scam, because the part literally costs more. So yeah, that now makes sense. Yeah, you didn't mention that in your first message about it. And I can't, again, even though I try, I can't read every chat message. So should I also download Windows to a USB just in case? I've been very confused with what I should do before switching motherboards. You can always have a repair USB drive. You're asking about things that are not a bad idea to have in general. Having a Windows repair USB, which is just something with the Windows media on it, that can be used to install or repair a Windows installation. It's just a good idea in general. But you want to make sure it's the version that matches your. You want to make sure if you have Windows 11 Home, you want to make sure it matches the installation that's on the drive. What's up, Luxitizer? Make sure you have that BitLocker code. If they are using BitLocker, many don't. My 4-year-old AM4 has a hardware FTPM chip I can take out for BitLocker. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Always nice to have that. All right, BB Dopamine. Let's get into this. I always like just sitting here and chatting with y'all, but we do have a mission to accomplish here. So let us embark upon it. Okay, so let's see here. Let's just do the thing we do. Now, so far, for those of you in chat wanting help, so far, there's only one person who has submitted a form tonight. Now, if someone comes in from a previous stream who is waiting for help, like Robert, we could do yours. Braxton, I know you were waiting for help, but we're waiting on 50 series for yours. But anyone who has filled out the form before, if it's in white, they didn't actually get their help. So anybody like that, then... oh, wait, Sellout got help. We did a build for Sellout, so I can delete this one. Let me do that real quick. There we go. Okay. But yeah, anyone after this that enters a form will be after BB Dopamine. So And remember that the link is in the description if you're watching on YouTube, and if you're watching on Twitch, that link is popping up every now and then. Let me go ahead and pop it in there manually. There we go. Okay. So let's take a look at what you said here. You're trying to do, one of the most important things is, how do you want to use it? You want to do gaming, streaming, content creation / video editing. And it's for $2,000. Oh, man. I know y'all know what I'm thinking. I had a Black Friday, Cyber Monday system that would have been good for this, but although I will say the 9800X 3D is not amazing for video editing, but it is better than the 9700X, apparently, which is crazy. I'm hoping that maybe we can bring the system back at some point over at SkyTech. I think it would just be a good system to have until the parts are... Like, even if the parts become obsolete, you just swap out for a different... Like, okay, 5070 instead of 4070 Super. Okay. Okay, so looking at the rest of this, you said you don't know what resolution you want to do this at. At $2,000, I would say go for 1440p. It's a great combination of resolution and frame rate. You do want it pre-built, and you're looking to order within 1 week. And no micro center. Okay. $2,000, and you want to do a lot with this. That means we have to min-max. That means probably no boutique builder. We need to get the most possible out of this system. I'm also thinking what it means when you don't just say gaming. That means that we can't focus on gaming, as it's not going to be at the top of the charts for gaming, because you don't just want to game. You want to be able to stream, so you want to have a good motherboard in there that can do that can actually have a lot of I/O for a lot of streaming devices, control surfaces, things like that, audio interface, microphone, headset, all those kinds of things. And capture cards, of course. Anyway, and for content creation, video editing, you want a CPU that has copious cores and a good capacity of RAM, a good amount of RAM. So yeah, because we want to fit all of that, that's like a lot of PC into, and I know $2,000 is a lot of money for anybody. But that, when you think about it, a video editing workstation, you can spend $4,000 or $5,000 on a video editing workstation easily. And we're trying to cram that into a system that's also for gaming and for streaming. So I would probably say for this, I would probably say, actually, because we're trying to min-max your specs to the price, I would say iBuyPower for this probably, because we want to do a custom system, and at SkyTech, the custom systems are not as price optimized as their pre-configured systems, which don't usually come with very high-end motherboards, unless I get to choose the parts, because then it kind of does. But anyway, okay. We'll go to gaming PCs. We'll do a custom Intel PC. Now, Intel Core Ultra 200S, not at the top of the charts for gaming, that's for sure, but it is at the top of the charts for video editing. How about that? Whoa! Oh, look, this one's already 1949, but it's with a 14700KF. No. First off, get that F out of there, because that's not going to give you quick sync. And you can actually get the Core Ultra 265K for the same price as a 265KF. Now, that is a 20-core CPU. I'm going to show you something real quick, okay? This is the kind of stuff I look at. You want to know what the kind of stuff I look at? Hold on, I'm going to bring it up over here and then move it over. Puget Systems benchmarks. Hold on. That's actually, let me do this a little differently here. There we go. So Puget Systems makes Puget Bench, which for content creation has become kind of the standard when it comes to benchmarking for content creation. And I'm going to show you something here. If you're going to be editing with Adobe Premiere Pro, you look at the list. The top 5 CPUs are all Intel. And a big part of that is core count. Another big part of that is QuickSync. So the top 2 here are Intel Core Ultra 200S CPUs. The Core Ultra 9 285K, and right underneath that, the Core Ultra 7 265K. Now you look at that. This is in a very close second. This is a Core Ultra 7, which is like the i7. This is a Core Ultra 9, which is like the i9. This is the second highest end consumer desktop CPU for editing in Premiere Pro, and it is $200 cheaper than the Core Ultra 9. It's only short 4 efficiency cores. That's it. So that's what I'm going to recommend here. Freedom is not cheap. That is indeed correct, OG Gaming. Zerdiet sounds fishy because I saw it getting packed and there was no way it could get so damaged unless it's just serious bad luck. Oh, one creator you might have seen sent the PC inside the original box, another box with corner protectors, and the glass still shattered. That sucks. It can happen. You should see the spreadsheet we're building for components. I should. Well, I don't know if I should, actually. Uploading $2,000, including taxes. No, as it shows in the form here, when you're doing your build, what we're looking for is the maximum budget in US dollars that should not include taxes or shipping and should be separate from your budget for a monitor, peripherals, etc. That's right here in the explanation for the budget. I should ask really quick, Dopamine, what is the actual maximum budget? Because if you look here, it is in increments of $500. You chose a $2,000 one, but your budget might be $2,300. So what's your actual max budget for the PC? And you said you wanted it in... Oh no, I did this wrong. Dang it. There we go. You wanted it in black. Okay. I just need to do this. This one's a little different, but okay. Not a problem. Okay, Core Ultra 265K, not KF. I didn't mean to click that. I meant to just click on it. There we go. We'll look at the cases. We'll look at all that stuff soon. I just want to make sure to get the memory, not the memory, the motherboard right. Now for the motherboard, we need to make sure it has decent I/O at a decent price. And that's to help you get the most out of your streaming setup, essentially. Let's take a look at this one. Nope, that doesn't quite do it for me. Okay. Nah, it's a little better, a little bit better. Actually, yeah. but it's a lot of USB 2.0. But it is a little bit better. It looks nice. Wait, this is the Gaming Plus Wi-Fi, and they did this to it? I forgot about that. Man, that's super sad. Well, then again, I'm thinking about the X670E. That had just bomb I/O. Oh, it's a Gaming Plus Wi-Fi. Yeah. Same one. Same one, but for Intel. Look at all this wasted space here. I mean, it's nice that it's 5 gig Ethernet, Wi-Fi 7. That is really nice. But we need solid I/O on this thing no matter what. Did I already look at this? No, I didn't. And it's similar to the Gaming Plus Wi-Fi. Asus. I don't care if you're an Asus stan, all right? I don't care. We all have to admit that Asus sucks at giving I/O without it being behind a massive paywall. Asus, get good. It sucks, man. Like, okay, I know it's 7 USB Type A ports, okay? Look at this. 7 USB Type A ports. But let's take a little closer look, okay? 4 of these are USB 2.0. On a Z-class motherboard. Now, if you're just gaming, this is okay. But you know how much it costs for a USB controller and some ports? At the volume they do, it's like pennies, man. Same thing. It's the same thing. It's the same picture. Weak sauce pictures. Thanks. I ain't looking that up. It's so funny because this is better I/O in a way. It's fewer, yes, but only 2 of them are the slower USB 2.0. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. All right. Yes, fine. No, I don't want to be the first to know. Compared to some of the others, this is not bad. You get Thunderbolt 4, 6 USB 3.0. Really? Like they're not going to do... Okay. 2.5 gig Ethernet, Wi-Fi 7. Here's what's going to happen. Because if we look at this, yes, the motherboard is this important, okay? Out of all the components in your PC, the hardest one to upgrade is your motherboard. And you just don't do that. You don't upgrade your motherboard. You don't do it. If we look at this one... Actually, I'm really curious about something. 1, 2, is that 3? Yeah, 3 M.2 sockets. That's not great, but it's not the worst. I guess you have at least that expansion slot, because with a giant GPU, if you ever got one, these would be covered. At least these 3. I mean, this one right here. Maybe not this one, and whatever. Anyway, here's what you do. All right. You get something like that, you set it up, and if when you start doing your streaming, you find out that, oh, I want to have a second Stream Deck and also Stream Deck pedals, and I want to have a second webcam for a cool angle, like maybe an angle looking down on my setup for whenever I'm starting soon, or BRB kind of thing. This right here is a PCIe add-in card. It is plug and play. You literally just install it in the computer and put the one screw in there. It plugs into the PCIe slot, and then you turn it on. That's it. It's plug and play. And then you get 7 USB 3.0 ports direct to the chipset. It's not like a hub, because a hub has to communicate through the USB controller on the hub, which then communicates to the single USB port on the motherboard, which goes to the USB controller on the motherboard, then goes probably to the chipset, then goes. It takes a whole step out of that. It's far superior when it comes to devices like an external capture card or something that's very finicky about being on a hub. You just don't do that. I've been streaming for years now, okay? Like, this is stuff that I obsess about, so you don't have to. So you can get yourself something like that for like 25 bucks. So a motherboard like this is fine. It's just, I would rather do this than have most of your ports be slow USB 2.0. It's whatever. I'm not super thrilled about the lineup of Z890 motherboards so far. I'm going to take one last look at one here, and it's going to be this guy here. It's an upcharge, yes, but I want to see it, and I want to see that I own this. What about this? 4 M.2 sockets, better spacing on the PCIe slots, and I'm guessing these are both through the chipset. Is it worth a $90 upgrade when you can just get a card like that for 20 bucks? I would say no, actually, in this case. Let's stick with that. There you go. My max budget will be $2,500. Honestly, I'm more looking for a gaming and streaming PC. I'd like to have the video creation in there as well, but it's not too much of a big factor for me. Well, the thing is that if you're interested in video editing, you're going to be better off with Intel in the long run. And it's just not going to be a top of the charts gaming CPU. But guess what? At 1440p, the resolution I'm recommending, the CPU becomes less important anyway. So when it comes to your frames per second, it's more GPU bound at that point. So I would say that the 265K is still the correct choice. And it's only going to get better as they update the microcode and things like that. Man. Also, another thing, I would like to note, well, first off, that if you ignore the instructions in any of the questions, you agree to be roasted on stream. It's right there in the very beginning. And I put in all caps and put in bold, italicized, and underlined the word maximum. And there's a $2,500 option right there. Why does that matter? Well, because of this. Every time that happens, it skews my results here, which is what I use as part of the basis for the content I make in the future. So you should be here. You're over here instead. Anyway, that's your roast. It was very mild. You're welcome. Okay. Well, streaming is a priority. This gives. I mean, we could go with AMD in that case. If gaming and streaming is a priority, we could do that. Give me a second. Let me cook real quick, guys. Give me a second. Wait, I know. Oh my God, extra 4 weeks lead time? Y'all, really? Never mind. The 9800 X3D is really hard to get. Let's just stick with this. Trust me on this.
Okay, Azrock, I see you. Tai Chi Lite's looking kind of nice. Dual Ethernet. One's 5 gig. That's going to be your primary one. And then you can have a local 2.5 gig network for local storage if you want to do things like record, whatever. Anyways, that's superfluous for a gaming and streaming PC. Sorry, I'm zoomed in. Oh, no, I wasn't. I guess it's just the way the picture looks. Then you have your mouse and keyboard on the 2 USB 2.0s. Then you have mostly all just faster USB Type A ports, plus a couple of 5 gigabit ports here, plus dual Thunderbolt 4. But it's like $200 extra, or $250 extra. Let's see what the PCIe expansion is like. It's Garbo. A single X16 slot. Probably X by PCIe Gen 4x4 to the chipset is probably what that is. That's what I hate about higher end boards. They always do that crap. They always do that crap. If y'all think I'm driving you crazy, I'm driving myself crazy more. All right. No, that's way too much. Okay. I'm going to stick with this guy right here. Let's say yes to this one here. And all you got to do is get that add-in USB card if you need more ports. Okay. It's super easy to install. It's 5 minutes. We'll do the rest of the system now. All right. And hardly anybody has entered the forum. We only have one other person. I'm allowed to take my time with each of these so everybody gets the attention that they deserve for their build. End your search. Braythorn, am I wrong for not trusting Intel with the microprocessor issues with Gen 13 and 14? You mean the microcode issues? I personally have backed off from recommending them for probably half a year now from when the issues first started. Well, not first started, but first were being reported. I was like, all right, until they get this fixed, I'm not going to recommend 13th or 14th gen. And that's still the case because it took months and months for issues to propagate with the old microcode. So we have the new microcode since September. We need months more testing to find out if that's going to be still an issue. So I can't really have people doing that. The supply hasn't gotten better. I managed to get another 2 of them today. Nice. We tend towards ASRock boards unless the budget isn't insane or ask for Asus. The ASRock Tai Chi is amazing. The Lightning Riptide are great mid-tier boards as well. I didn't like certain aspects of them. I missed out. Why do people like Asus so much? My only Asus motherboard is my least favorite. It's just a lot of it, like, let's be real, people. Let's be real. A lot of it is just the mystique Asus has created around their own brand. And the fact that a lot of people have just bought that hook, line, and sinker. Because let's be honest with ourselves. Their support sucks just as much as any other motherboard manufacturers. And in some cases, it's worse. Because that company has gotten too big for their own britches. Sorry, Asus. But you know it's true. Because you guys have had some problems. Including here in 2024. But that's the thing about branding. As you said, Sick Piece, Mikey, it's really good branding. It's really good marketing. And the best marketing they have is a lot of people who bought their products. The products just so happen to not go bad, which happens with a lot of electronics where they just tend to kind of work. And they're like, yo, that's it. That's the one right there. That's it. Asus all day long. And I'm telling everybody. That's their number one marketing. OG Gaming, glad to hear that GTX 1070 is still running good. That's a classic right there. I just bought a PCI USB because I got me a second camera for different views, and I bought more flight simulator panels. Nice. Using 700 X3D and 47 Gi Super works good for gaming, editing, streaming. Glad I bought that CPU with 6. Cool, Bumpkin. Lurking at 2x. Adam, enjoy that. Sounds like you mentioned Core 7 Ultra was good value. I see you. Indeed, I did. You know what, Robert? You can tell us what you think when you're using it on the daily. Motherboard pricing has been through the roof. That's not coming down anytime soon. Nothing in my email about winning. Good reason for that. Sebastian, how's it going? Welcome. My Asus Hero has been perfect for me already for several years. Got to be careful with that thing. They might have a capacitor on there backwards. That literally happened with the Z690 Hero. Yeah, ASRock brings the heat in 2024, 2025. They have done some pretty sick motherboards. I'm not going to lie. But it's a big upsell on that. For not huge benefit, when you can just add in a PCIe card and call it a day. I wish SIs would have stuff like this. It's such a simple card. It's such a simple device. It has its onboard USB controllers. No additional power needed from, it gets it from the PCIe bus. Like, this is awesome to have and offer, but then again, that's another potential point of failure that's probably best left to the customer installing it and being responsible for it. I do understand that. All right. Let's talk about the rest of the PC. I happen to really like this case. I think it looks awesome. It's one of iBuyPower's best in-house designs ever. And this glass pushes forward, by the way, so that this mesh is not, like, the glass is not up against the fans. When I did thermal testing on this thing, it was phenomenal. That RGB strip looks awesome. It's a really nice case. So I tend to like this one. But if you have a specific aesthetic in mind, you do need to let me know. Like, they have the King 95 Pro. You can never go wrong with a King 95 Pro. It is an awesome looking case, and it's become pretty much my favorite case of 2024. Or was it 2023 that it came out? I don't remember. But it's one of my favorite cases to build in, period. Mikey says, fine, I'll have it in accessories by tonight. You know what? Sick PCs, that is one of the things about being a smaller SI, is that you can move quickly. So that's cool. BIOS lags like Hero when my powered 10-port hub is attached. It clearly doesn't like hubs. Hubs can introduce all kinds of issues. Like, I tend to keep everything internal to the PC, and that's what these are. They are internal to the PC. They are through the chipset, not through a whole other USB controller. But yeah, look at this thing. This is awesome. Anyway. I'm just waiting for Dopamine. I'm waiting for you to tell me what kind of aesthetic you're looking for. Is this fine right here? Is that cool for you? Should I delete anything before upgrading motherboard? All drivers, yeah. I mean, doing a fresh install of Windows is always a good idea. Always a good idea. But not always necessary. If you're sticking with the same, like, chip manufacturer, but it's a different chipset, then just delete all your drivers. But yeah, I mean, Windows is set up to where you can just move your operating system into an entirely new ecosystem, and it will just, like, detect any new hardware. All right, we're good to go. Let's go. But over time, that can cause some issues if you have old drivers. So yeah. What's up, Ghost Spawner? How's it going? Do the Drew. All right, Bray, I gotta get. It was great catching your stream. Maybe next time I'll get a foreman. My next build will be for a paralyzed vet, and I need to focus on voice software like Dragon or something. Be safe and have a good night. Drew, absolutely sounds awesome, and I would love to do that. So yeah, we'll see you later. Sorry it took me a while to see that. Robert says, I think it will be perfection. I'm a mid-range guy. Here's the thing, Robert, the any like i7 or Core Ultra 7, I guess, is not mid-range because they just haven't released the i3 and other i5 or Core Ultra 5, I guess. Basically like what would be like a 14400F or 14500 or 14100. They haven't released those yet. The Core Ultra 245K is like mid-range. That's the second from the highest CPU that you're getting there. That looks pretty good with me. All right, cool. All right. Yeah, if you can try to, I know you're watching on YouTube and there's lag with that. If you can try to be responsive with the questions, because this is a back and forth that we're having here, conversation. Let's do a 360 for $14 more. Oh, why did I click info? Why do I always do that? So you're getting DDR5 6000. Well, apparently no. Free upgrade to DDR5 6400. I guess we can just do that. Sure. Nice. Okay. That's a nice little perk right there. And what are you getting? A 4060 Ti. Now, let's see if we can go up to a 4070 Super. Also, by the way, we will be able to take 5% off of this build, but also we're still way under budget. I could probably do a 4070 Ti Super with this. Let's see. What is that? Free upgrade Adventus 3X Black OC. Let's try to make that work out. There it is. Okay. That'll look good in this system. We're going to need to upgrade the power supply. Seasonic Focus V4 GX850 is $99 more. What else we got power supply wise? Yeah, 750 ain't gonna do it. Enermax Revolution DF is a good power supply, highly rated. That's 1050 watt. Let's do that for 86 bucks. Oh, look at this. Free upgrade. This is the kind of stuff you have to look for if you're doing anything with iBuyPower. Or CyberPower, but you shouldn't be doing anything with CyberPower. They can get bent, actually. The 2 terabyte Kingston NV3. Let's see here. $0. And that is $0 for the 2 terabyte Western Digital Blue SN580. Close speeds to the NV3. But the NV3 is faster, but it is $71 more. We're going to go ahead and go with this 2 terabyte here. It's a really nice free upgrade from a 1 terabyte to the 2 terabyte. And the SN580 really surprised me with its consistency in data transfer. So I'm going to stick with that. Oh, snap. Look what I found you. Look what I found you. You get an additional free 2 terabyte Western Digital Blue SN580 as a secondary drive for free because we went with a Core Ultra 7 CPU. Dunion rings, baby. Look at that. You now have 4 terabytes of storage for the price of 1 terabyte because the free upgrade from the 1 terabyte SN580 to the 2. So basically, yeah, you're paying the price of a single terabyte Western Digital Blue SN580, and you're getting 4 terabytes of that in 2 drives. Very nice. Wow. They must have had a really good deal with old Western Digital there to get that to happen. That's the build, and we are only $32 above budget, and you're going to get 5% off with my code. I think we did what we came here to do. Oh, actually. Okay, so I wanted the 4070 Ti Super. We went with a beefy power supply, highly rated power supply with a Enermax Revolution DF, 360 millimeter AIO. But RAM, if you're going to be editing video, I should be putting 64 gigs of RAM in there. Let's see if that's going to be possible. I went too far. Okay, it's $50 off DDR5 6000 memory. So that makes it's doubling the RAM for $130. That's not ideal, but it's still going to be under budget with my discount code, or it should be anyway. So let's see what this comes out to with code Braythorn6. Let's see what happens. Now, a quick word for those who are new around here when it comes to my coupon codes. Because like, whoa. He has like a coupon code with these guys. He must recommend them all the time. Actually, you'd be surprised. I don't recommend iBuyPower that often. Not because they're not good, but because a lot of people come in looking for more of a boutique experience, and I tend to do that. Or they come in for Micro Center or something like that. But, or a lot of people see the SkyTech reviews that I do, and they're like, I just want to go with SkyTech. iBuyPower actually has really good customer service for one thing, and that's been documented many times, including in our own Discord server. But I have coupon codes with like a lot of SIs, and I do that for a good reason. Because having covered SIs for years, it just kills me that the pricing is so different, whether it's a holiday or not. I hate that. So instead, what I want is for you guys to be able to go to most SIs that I have vetted, that have, you've helped me vet through the SI testimonials. And you can save money there any time of year by using my name. Just throw Braythorn in there. In this case, it's Braythorn6. There's a digit at the end of it. But that allows you to save money regardless of whether it's a holiday or not. And it's 5% off a whole PC, which is really nice. But I do it with multiple SIs so that I can remain unbiased. And you guys don't have to pull out of your own pockets in order to help me do what I do. Instead, you get to support what I do while saving money instead of spending it. Because I get real uncomfortable when people spend money to support me. Because computers are already expensive enough. I don't want you taking it out of your pocket and sending it my way. Just save money, and it supports what I do. And I'm always very transparent about that. But that's how Operation Code Braythorn works. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and add this to cart. Now, they do let you know, and you do need to be aware of this, Dopamine, that your video card will be shipped uninstalled. It's one of the easiest things to do to a PC, installing your video card. And I have detailed instructions on how to do so in my How to Set Up Your Gaming PC video from last December. I show you exactly how to do it. So hit OK on that. All you need is a screwdriver. That's it. Now, you can add extended warranty if you want to. That is going to be up to you. But let's go ahead and view cart, and we're going to take a look at what kind of discount you get with my code. You don't want to do the defer one because that's going to mean longer shipping. Okay, that takes longer to get to you. It's a nice discount, but you don't need it because you can just put Braythorn 6, hit apply. Wait, hold on. Did I misspell my own name? What happened to my discount? Why is my discount code not working? Well, okay. How about that? I guess it's just going to be the defer one, but that means that you're going to... Hold on. Deferred delivery. That's what that is. It's going to be like after Christmas. That's what that usually means. What the heck? This is the first time I've run into this. All right, give me a second. Okay. Well, they're not online, so I'm not going to get an answer back on that. Give me a second. Okay. Looks like I might have to do another build for you because you're not responding. But we know what we're going for at least. So what can I do? You got. If you're asking for advice, just give me a minute. Give me a minute because I'm trying to figure this out. But sorry, I buy power. It ain't you, I guess. I mean, it is you. It's not me. But really. I do want to let anyone know who is ordering a PC right now. Every SI is going to be like slammed right now. So there will be delays in getting your stuff. All right, let's do this. Another higher volume seller to get the price optimization is what we're going to do. So go with these guys right here, Skytech. They're less optimized on their custom builder, but I didn't see any Core Ultra 200S systems in their pre-configured systems. But they do have deals on those CPUs in their builder. So we can go with that. Maybe they'll have a better motherboard. We'll see. Most of them are going to be just similar, but actually, I didn't see the Tough Gaming one. Let's see what that's like. It is Asus, so my hopes are not high, but we'll find out. You know what? It's not bad. Wi-Fi 7, 2.5 gig. 6 USB Type A's. Guys, come on. God. And we got Thunderbolt and a 20 gig. Oh man, Asus. This drives me crazy. So crazy. Let's just see what happens if we send it on the motherboard. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, man. You see, that's the paywall I'm talking about. That's awesome. Okay? That's really, really good. Quad USB Type-C with 2 of them being Thunderbolt 4. And you have 10 Type A's, all of them fast. And 5 gig Ethernet with Wi-Fi 7. I want this motherboard. It's a couple $100 more. And they probably are really anemic with the PCIe. And yeah, you have 1 expansion slot here for like a capture card. But the thing is, you're probably not going to need anything like this. So that should be okay if you want to go with an internal capture card. But this thing looks to have... Oh man, they moved that GPU way down. This is like the carbon... Well, whatever. It's fine. It looks like this thing will take up to like 5 M.2 drives. That's... I don't know. I'd have to look at the specs. But that's crazy if so. Storage... 7 M.2. 7. But some of them are shared with PCIe X16 G5, so that's going to it's going to run at X8. So you don't use all of them, that's for sure. But damn, all right. Let's just send it with the motherboard. See how it turns out. I tried the code with the pre-built and it didn't work either. Yeah, the code's down. It could have happened. It could have timed out basically, and they need to refresh it. A lot of the codes that they do are temporary, and they just have to put a really long extension on mine because mine is just supposed to be perpetual. Isaiah Arias, please take a look in the description of the stream. It's the very first thing there that states if you want help with a PC, please fill out the form and get in line because there is somebody else waiting for their turn right now. Wait. Okay, there it is. Oh my goodness. Okay, well. This would mean a step down on the maybe on the GPU? Let's see. I do have a solid discount code here as well, but oh, okay. But if we go with 4070 Super, it won't do that. That's probably beyond what my coupon code's going to cover for when it comes to that. Oh, we're going to change the case too. That case is a more expensive one. I'll find one similar to what we were looking at on the other one. G360A should do it. It's the same kind of like front mesh with the RGB highlight on there. It's kind of similar to the iBuyPower one in that way. Just doesn't have any glass. It's just all very fine mesh there. Is a pre-built PC better or a PC you build yourself? Isaiah, whichever you prefer. There's no better one way or the other. If you're brand new to PCs, there are benefits actually to going with. Actually, it looks pretty nice. Go with that. There are benefits actually to going with pre-built because then you have a warranty. Nothing wrong with that. Look, we're getting back in range. This is nice. Okay, we're doing it. We're doing it, people. The memory kind of sucks. So that's going to push us back up. But you will have 64 gigs at DDR5 6000. Could also go 4070 Super with this. Could totally do that. But I like the idea of that extra 16 gigs VRAM for if you get up to video editing shenanigans and well, they're just creative tasks. Helps with creative tasks in general. Looks like this is probably the best deal on the storage. But we can drop $40 by going with the 990 Evo. Slightly slower speeds, but still a really good drive. Let's do that. Okay, let's see what this comes out to with my discount code. First, I'm going to copy this. This takes a little time. So, if I go with 32 gigs of RAM, it should be within budget. With 64 gigs of RAM, which is what I would suggest if you're going to be getting into video editing and maybe you'll get serious about it. Because with DDR5, you don't really want to add to it. If you get 64, if you want to have 64 gigs from 32 gigs, you're going to want to swap out the kit because the standard right now is to use 2 sticks, not 4 sticks. It's $26.33, though shipping is free. That's something to consider. That's not quite it. If you want, I can drop the RAM back down to 32 gigs, and for gaming and streaming, that's going to be fine. And according to you, as you said, that's mostly your priority. If you ever get serious about video editing, you can get yourself a kit of DDR5 64 gigs, and it's going to be cheaper than getting that kit from an SI because of the upcharge. It's just you'll then have 2 kits of RAM. One's just going to be a backup in case you have to troubleshoot. Let's see what that comes out to. And we'll probably call that good. Do they really not have a 32 gig kit that isn't DDR5 5600 or 5200. Well, you're not running Ryzen, which is much more picky about RAM speeds, so I guess it should be fine. But that's also going to help us get to where this is more within budget. Are they really $100 for that? Good Lord. Now, the other option is to bring you down to a 4070 Super, which in the grand scheme of things is not going to really affect you that much. Because if we look here, just to give this a quick peek, I want to check this for 1440p. Uh, 4070 Super, 4070 Ti Super. There's essentially about a 10 FPS difference on average, 10 to 12 FPS difference on average in 1440p Ultra gaming. It's not a huge difference for that extra few $100s, but a big difference is going to be in the 4 gigs of VRAM that you gain going with a 4070 Ti Super. Do they have the Nova? Says Beloved Menace. I'm not sure what you're referring to. That was probably a while back. What's up, Jay? Yeah, maybe they're so backed up with the only code they want active is defer, but not cool. Not cool to not tell Braithorn. True, but I don't think that's the case. How about dropping the $110 Windows charge and just buying a Windows key from your advertiser? Not an option on Skytech. Yep, the only option is to upgrade to Windows 11 Pro. Most SIs don't do that. Isn't the iBuyPower a better deal? You built a better deal. I mean, yes, but in order to get that better deal, you have to use a code that is defer, which means it extends the amount of time it takes to get the system. The main thing that was a difference with the iBuyPower deal was that it had, remember, we put a way better motherboard in this for streaming. Way better. And also more expensive. Like probably twice the price of the other motherboard, okay? That's the main issue we're having here, but this is going to cater to that streaming use case right off the bat. This is an insanely good motherboard here. Or rather, I should say this. It's an insanely high-end motherboard. We could go with a lower end motherboard and then you just pop in a card like this for 20 bucks. That might be what we need to do because then it's going to match the iBuyPower system a lot better. Yeah, look at this. The one we were going to use, $260 cheaper. Let's just put that motherboard in. Let's just do that. If you end up to a point where you need more USB ports, you know you have a solid option with a USB 3.0 PCIe card. It's cheap, it works, very effective for that. And now our prices we're right where we need to be. I can put 64 gigs of RAM and we'll be under budget so that you're going to be able to edit video, no problem. You'll have way better speeds, all that good stuff. Look at that, 2454 before my discount. There you go. With a 4070 Ti Super and a Core Ultra Core Ultra 7 265K. So we'll adapt that there. We'll go ahead and add that to cart. We'll see how much that comes out to. It's going to be under budget now. So there you go. And now this costs less than the iBuyPower system, even with the discount that we would have gotten. $23.81 and 25 cents. Now, it doesn't have the secondary storage that the iBuyPower one did. We can add that if you want. Also, this has a higher wattage power supply for future upgradability on the GPU. Yeah, no, this is good. But yeah, 2381 with code SWARM. There you go. The thing about it is, Jay, is that between iBuyPower and Skytech, the customer services you're going to get is similar. The build quality you're going to get is similar. They're both high volume sellers. And they do a good job. I've reviewed plenty of Skytech systems and plenty of iBuyPower systems. They're both quite good. In this case, I'm able to get you a discount, which is sweet. And, you know, you're also not skipping out on certain stuff that was bothering me. So, yeah. Well, like I'm saying, these are both good deals. The problem is, if we wait for them to fix the discount code, then that deal for the extra storage might go away anyway, because that was my whole issue with why I started doing my own coupon codes, because deals like that change sometimes on a daily basis. Bumpkin Air, I did hear about the SN850X issue with the driver. Vendrops, I hope I said that right. Vendrops, not sure how to say that correctly. I'm doing well. How are you? Yo, ZTT mentioning me right now. Jiraz99 and that's awesome. Hope y'all are doing good. How are you doing, Zach? I hope to see you at CES, buddy, but I don't know if you're heading out there. I hope you are. So Dopamine, do you want me to give you the link for the iBuyPower system? Because there's no telling what the turnaround is going to be like on getting the code fixed. Hey, I'm looking to build a PC for Christmas, and I want to put an i7 14700F in either an RTX 3080 or 4070. Okay. Well, if you're looking for help, Crypto 478, do this. Check this out. But you're probably going to be looking for a 4070 Super instead, because those are still being manufactured. 4070 is discontinued. Aeon Upheaval, it's not necessarily all 40 series, actually. It's 4080 Super and 4090, because those are directly being replaced by the 5080 and 5090. The mid-range and lower-end cards or entry-level cards are, yeah. I want to see what Zach is saying.
That'll wrap it up. Thunderstrike again with the 1,000 bid. He says, what is the best CPU and GPU combo for buying used PC parts? Buying the PC and selling it. Used? I mean, without a budget, that's hard to answer, but I'll try to give you some value since that's a lot of biddies. I'm going to go more on the budget side. I think the absolute most meta.
Let's see if he notices
CPU
that.
And GPU comp. Oh my God! Braithorn is here with the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. We're just talking smack about you, man. Thank you very much. No, we were ironically just talking about you a couple minutes ago. Somebody was asking for pre-built help, and I was giving you a little bit of a shout out.
What a good dude.
Being a good, a much better pre-built resource than a Best Buy employee. Thank you very much for those 5 tier 1 gifted subs. There's Braythorn. You can click on his channel now. There you go. Did I spell it right? I did spell it right. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Thank you very much, man. Okay, best CPU and GPU combo for flipping.
Okay. I just wanted to.
Right
I just
now,
wanted to
if
go
I
say hi
had
to
pick
Zach.
one, I would go. No matter what, you got to go Ryzen 5 and RTX. Like those. That's the meta. Ryzen 5 and RTX. It just depends on which ones. I would say
I'm listening.
that I would go 5500 and either a 3060 or 4060. 5600 plus 3060. No, you don't need 5600. You can go 5500. A lot of people make their profits from going 5500 instead of 5600. I would say 5500 and either the 3060 or the 4060. That's probably the most possible meta combination for flipping right now. Yeah. 16 gigs of RAM question mark? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, that's tough actually. That's tough. With the price at 32 gigs, I mean, it's only a $12 to $15 difference now, so that's becoming questionable. But yeah, somewhere around 5500 to 3060 or 4060. My last 3060 flip, it was a couple months ago, but my last 3060 flip sold so fast. I don't think the casual pre-built audience cares that it's 1 generation old. And then with the 3060 having 12 gigs of VRAM, it actually sounds better.
Is he talking bad about the
of the
casual
4060,
pre-built
so
audience?
somewhere around there.
Drama.
All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys very much for all those hype trains, all the support. Another
All right.
record back.
All right. Well, we're gonna get back to business here, everybody. Zach is cool. Zach's a good guy. I've only like I need like I want there to be a situation where I get to chill with Zach because we haven't really. I met him at LTX 2023. He didn't know who I was yet. Well, or like he didn't recognize me. So that was a missed opportunity, I think. He's just a really chill dude and seems like a really genuine guy. I mean, if Brett of UFD Tech likes Zach, that's all the recommendation I need. But also, I've seen a lot of his content and I agree with a lot of the stuff he says. Okay. Also, I can't watch YouTube Shorts without watching like 4 or 5 of his because YouTube likes to serve those up to me. But no, he's a super cool dude. And did I stop my music? I stopped my music. How dare I do so? There we go. But no, yeah, I like that guy. I feel like, and yes, is it Vendropsy? I hope I get to say that correctly. Okay. Also, I need to go back up because someone was asking for, it was Aeon Upheaval. Aeon Upheaval, are you still here, by the way? He said, let me ask you a question. I told my friend that an 9800 X3D and 8800 XT should work well together for a new computer in early 2025, but I'm not sure. What do you think when you have time? Of course. Aeon, the problem is I can't recommend a product that has not seen third-party review yet. Without third-party review, me coming out and recommending the 8800 XT based on rumors is going to be irresponsible of me. The rumors say it's going to have the same performance as a 7900 XTX with 50% better ray tracing. That's rumors. Rumors are a little difficult to go with when it comes to helping someone spend hundreds or thousands of dollars. You don't want to rely on rumors for stuff like that. Not ideal. You know what I mean? But what I would do is if they're looking for a PC in early 2025, wait till then. There's a reason that if you go into my form and it asks you, are you looking to buy within a week, within a month, or you want to wait longer than a month? If you select the longer than a month one, it takes you directly to the end of the form and tells you, do not submit this form. You shouldn't submit this form just yet. That's what that's about. It's because things change very quickly in the PC industry. That's just how that goes. Things can change pretty quickly. What's up, John Paul Bacon? How's it going? Dark Style Tech, what's up? How long should we wait before jumping to new cards? Dark Style Tech, I will say this. The one thing that I think is an objective truth is never listen to marketing when it comes to new stuff saying you need to switch to new cards. It's solely up to you. And it's based upon, don't let it be based upon that itch. Like, I gotta buy stuff. No. Let it be based upon you using your PC and finding that it's not up to snuff based on some new software or new game that came out. It should be based on your gaming experience, your productivity experience, things like that. That's what it should be based on. So there's people who will wait a decade before getting a new card. Like, it's crazy. I'm 2 months looking for the 5080 or the 8800 XT. I'm going to say this. The 5080 is, based on rumors, probably going to way outperform the 8800 XT. And the reason I say that is because the rasterization performance of the 8800 XT is rumored to be at the 7900 XTX level, just better ray tracing. And currently, the 7900 XTX is about the same as a 4080 Super. And the 5080 is going to outperform the 4080 Super to probably a decent degree. It's funny because look what I have up here on the screen. Oh, look, it's the GPU comparison thing that's hosted on Zach's Tech Turf, which I use all the time. Zach, thank you for having these resources like the SSD list and all that just right there, because it means I only have to have one bookmark to get to a bunch of them. But anyway, if you look here, 7900 XTX in pure rasterized performance, not including ray tracing, and this is at 1440p Ultra, is only slightly higher than the 4080 Super. Introduce ray tracing, 4080 Super is going to overtake the 7900 XTX. These will both drop in average frame rate because ray tracing introduces more workload for the GPU. So they're just about even. I mean, we're talking about these numbers, 120 FPS, 140 FPS. So these are both at about 135 average FPS, right around, give or take 2 or 3. The 5080 is supposed to be somewhere around where the 4090 is, just below it. And this 8800 XT is supposed to be around here in this kind of chart, which is pure rasterization, rasterized performance, meaning not ray tracing, okay? So 5080 is going to be a higher end card, but probably going to be a good bit more expensive than an 8800 XT. So the thing to consider for yourself is, do you need to be up here? If it turns out the 5080 is $400 more than the 8800 XT, you have to decide whether 10 FPS average is worth $400 or so. It takes to make the right decisions in these kinds of things. You have to do a few things. You have to drop any kind of pretense of being a fanboy of either brand. Be real, like really look at the numbers, price to performance. That's all that matters. You don't owe any of these brands anything. Okay? And the other thing is to prioritize, is to decide for yourself, do I care about ray tracing? The 8800 XT is supposed to be really good at ray tracing now, but it's still going to be a full generation behind the 5080. Because 5080 is going to be in its 4th generation. Nvidia is going to be in their 4th generation of hardware accelerated ray tracing. Yo, that's crazy. This is going to be the 3rd generation for AMD. So is that important to you? If it's not, then who flippin' cares? Just turn off ray tracing. At least as long as you're playing games that'll let you turn it off, Indiana Jones. But will need new motherboards and power supplies? What? Yes, I need to be up there for single PC streaming and DaVinci Resolve. Okay, if you're talking about not just gaming, which is why I have a forum so you can tell me what your use case is, then I would probably go on the Nvidia side for any creative tasks, productivity. I imagine it's been getting better and better with AMD, and in fact, streaming with AMD has gotten better. That's a lot in part thanks to OBS, actually, but whatever. Also, AMD did come out with a better encoder, and also adopting AV1 and everything was nice, though that's not adopted across the board. Whatever. I'm getting in the weeds here with this question. You have to decide for yourself what your priorities are. And if you're going to be doing creative tasks like video editing and DaVinci Resolve, then what do? Do you guess? No. You can go to Puget Systems and see which GPUs do better in DaVinci Resolve. I'll help you with that. Puget Bench 7900 XTX. Okay, Puget Bench for DaVinci Resolve. 7900 XTX beats the freaking 4090. Don't go off of what people tell you off the top of their head. Because what did I say off the top of my head? I said, oh, for creative tasks, you probably just want to go with Nvidia. Well, guess what? In this case, for DaVinci Resolve, AMD's better. Oops. That's my bad for not looking before I spoke. Saw a video about a guy putting two 4090s to half the rendering time in Resolve. Guess what, Aeon people? For the price of those two 4090s, you could have bought four 7900 XTXs and had two workstations. Or it's like two 7900 XTXs plus the entire computer to put it in. Because each 4090 is like $2,000. And they 4090 and the 7900 XTX both have 24 gigs of VRAM. So, with the updates from, hold on a second. One second. So with the updates from OBS, you now have a one-click optimization to stream with an AMD GPU, whether it's 6000, 7000 series, and eventually it's going to be 8000 series as well. So if you're thinking about the 8800 XT, and you use DaVinci Resolve, what I'm gonna want to do, and if you're looking to wait a couple of months, just look up Puget Bench 8800 XT after it's been launched, and see what this says. After the 5090 and the 8800 XT is launched, you're gonna want to search the Puget Bench benchmarks that show both of those up against each other. And we have an ad in progress. Let's move on. Let's see. Let's move on to our next entry here. Ten May Panati, will you make a video about PlayStation Blue and Radeon Red working on ML and AI democratization as revealed by Mark Cerny? No, I won't. 10 May, I don't focus on AI stuff. I focus on pre-built PCs. For those who are new to the PC landscape, that's what I focus on. It's not in my wheelhouse to cover that. Robert Fixit, if you make money off of your content, then yes. The thing is, Premiere Pro does leverage specific hardware differently. I'm pretty sure if we look at not this, where is it? Here. If we look at this and we go down to Premiere Pro, look at where the 7900 XTX is all of a sudden. It's in 5th place under the 3090. So specifically because they mentioned DaVinci Resolve, AMD is the better choice. That's how deep this goes, baby. That's how deep this goes. The rabbit hole for this, I mean, it is nuanced. That's why you need to ask yourself, what am I going to be using my PC for specifically versus what's going to be the best hardware for this? Premiere Pro is going to leverage CUDA cores. What doesn't have CUDA cores? AMD cards. It's okay, Tame. That's fine. Oh, Tony G, you're still here. Okay. I thought you were going to leave, but okay. All right, we'll take care of yours first. Right. We had the issue with iBuyPower, though, with the code, but we can still do yours, and the code should be fixed. Probably tomorrow. Actually, let me go back here, and I'm going to check to see if I maybe got a Discord message back. Let's find out. What's up, Wiz Nation? Okay, I have Ryzen 9 12-core... Okay. I would like to upgrade to 64 gigs of RAM. Can you help me with this? I mean, yeah, if you can tell me what generation of Ryzen that is. It could be a 3900X. That would mean DDR4, you see. And if it's a 7900X, that's DDR5. You should probably be specific when you're asking for specific help. But what I would do, Wiz Nation, is look in the description of the stream, fill out that form. And if you do that, there's a choice there for upgrades where you can choose to have me help you with an upgrade. Okay, I have not gotten a response on that, and I probably will not get a response on that tonight on the iBuyPower code. Sorry for the iBuyPower fans out there. I think NVIDIA supports more GPU rendering options in DaVinci. Okay. I haven't really messed with DaVinci Resolve. I basically, because I can't go down every rabbit hole like that, I defer to the experts that do. Like Puget Bench. Avi, what's going on? Would you be able to drop the link for the Puget Bench you were just on? Sure. Basically this. If you're ever wanting to see content creation benchmarks, just search Puget Bench, P-U-G-E-T Bench, and then whatever part it is, and they should have a review for it. But there's the one that I was just looking at. That's the one that specifically covers the 7900 XTX versus the world, basically. But yeah, Dark Style Tech, it is crazy that they don't let you turn off ray tracing in Indiana Jones, and they don't support FSR. Like, what the heck? And there's like, it's like partnered with Nvidia. Oh, big surprise there. Oh, wouldn't have seen that coming. Void Tuner, what pre-built brands would you recommend? There's like 24 of them. Try filling out a form and getting on the list to get help, because I'm about to help out Tony G. Thanks. Also got my PC day from Reactor and just setting it up. Simply Avi, please share your experience with the Discord. I think I need to make a Reactor Gaming SI testimonials channel, but you can take pictures of how it's packed and everything and share that. Like, that's super cool. The old Jolly Green Giant. Yep. Well, I think more games are hiding ray tracing settings people don't know. I mean, they're not hiding the fact that you can't turn it off in Indiana Jones. I mean, if you're good at editing, you could probably make the $300 back in a month. That's very true. Indy and Alan Wake are clearly NVIDIA sponsored. Yeah, and there's AMD sponsored games too. It's a game that every party plays. All of them play it. Intel, not Intel yet, but Intel will eventually. On the graphics side, to be clear. Does 8-bit do any good? Depends on the product. I use 2 separate 8-bit do products, including like this guy right here, which is the Ultimate 8-bit do Ultimate with like the base, which I have unplugged right now. This thing is awesome. I love this thing because the dongle is in the base. It charges it. When you pull it off the base, it turns it on. It's great. But I also use the Pro 2 for retro gaming. I really like both of those. Pro 2 has PlayStation style grips, but a Super Nintendo style controller face with analog sticks. It's really, really cool. Works on Bluetooth or wired or 2.4 gigahertz, whatever. Not 2.4 gigahertz, Bluetooth and wired, actually, only. So, okay, Tony G. Let's go ahead and take care of yours, okay? And while we're doing yours, if you can stick with me so we can keep the conversation going, I would appreciate that. But I will say this. Looking at your form here, you stated that you want to do gaming, pro gaming / esports, and racing sim / flight sim. Now, some sim rig setups will come with a hub that is designed to work with that setup, and it works really well. But some of them don't, and you have to have a lot of USB ports. And that's when you would count on something like this if we're going to go with something like a pre-configured system. See that? Love this thing. Show it off all the time because it's a really great purchase at like 25 bucks. Because if you're looking for a system that's a pre-built system for from iBuyPower, and maybe you're trying to get it quickly, you want to get like a ready system. You can't choose your motherboard, and they don't dump a lot of money into that motherboard. I can tell you that right now for I/O. So, but let's take a look real quick at the ready systems from iBuyPower. See what's out there. Or we could do a custom one. We could also do a custom one. It's just going to be a little bit more limited. Oops. Lower high. There we go. Now, if you could tell me real quick, what is the actual maximum budget for your build? Because as I've mentioned before, okay, that's not fun. Okay. All right, what do we got here for 1500? 7700X, 4070. $265K at a 4070 Super for 1600 bucks is pretty awesome. 2 terabyte M.2, 32 gigs DDR5, 6400 for $1,600. That's really good. But you're looking at a gaming only PC, so I don't know if I'd go with that. And here we are above budget. So 1600. All right. Well, we can try to do a custom system. This is my own builder, actually, that I worked on in conjunction with them. Now, if you're doing this one starts out with a Ryzen 5 7600, which is a good way to start in on 14. Wait, what did you choose? 1440p or 1440p? At anything above 1080p, that's when you become more GPU bound. Your CPU is not as important. 6 cores, 12 threads is okay. But the thing is, you mentioned in your use case that you want to do, you selected pro gaming / esports. So with that in mind, pro gaming / esports, 1080p is usually better for that. Unless you're talking about like pro gaming in terms of like racing sim or flight sim, then you're going to want a higher resolution. But when it comes to pro gaming / esport use case, frames do win games, and 1080p is better for higher frame rates because it's a lower resolution. Has anyone tried out the Cosmic Byte Blitz controller? It comes with Hall Effect joysticks. I have not, actually. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Pro 2 comes with Hall Effect. I'm not sure. I would need to double check that. But it doesn't matter because I only use that for the D-pad anyway. And also, I'm trying to move to a hitbox. Yes, for retro gaming, because you can do a lot of certain precise inputs better with the 4 buttons instead of a D-pad. Not sure what pro gaming is. Like professional gaming, esports, pro gaming / esports is like when you see, the different teams out there doing these big events in arenas and stuff. Now, that doesn't mean that you're doing that. It means your goal is to do that, and you're trying to play competitively. That, like competitive gaming. Your CS2 or your Call of Duty or your I don't know, League of Legends is still a thing, right? So, still a big thing, actually. But every time I hear someone talk about, hey, should I play League of Legends? Because Arcane was cool. League of Legends players are like, don't do it. So I don't know about that. Never played it myself. But also, like, I've been getting into Marvel Rivals, and that is a competitive game. Just got the hot leverless, and it's been amazing. Nice, Yuki Buri. What's going on? Yeah, I got the what is it? Well, it's the hot pad. It's the hot pad. Here, I'll show you. Hold on a second. It's this one right here. Can you focus on the thing, please? That one right there. Hot 42. There you go. It's really nice because it has hot swappable. Okay, camera. Are we okay, camera? Okay. It's got hot swappable switches in there, which is really nice. But getting used to this versus a controller is really tough. They've got so many now. Yeah, that one's sick. It is sick. It's really nice, but really the ergonomics are a little small. Like it's a small hitbox, so it's a little weird to get used to. It was $50 though. $50. Programmable, you know, hitbox with like RGB and an OLED screen on it and hot swappable switches. Like, how can you go wrong? Racing and FPS games. Racing and drone simulator. Okay, are you gonna have like a sim rig setup? That's what racing sim / flight sim is. Usually you have a setup with like control surfaces and devices. I went to a Street Fighter tournament and someone pulled it out from their hoodie pocket. It's so sick because it's like it's like you put this thing in your back pocket and you're good to go. You have to have big back pockets though, but yes. Like if you wear Jinkos, you can just put that in your pocket. I'm using a pre-built from Micro Center at the moment. Okay. Like one of their in-house pre-builts, Dark Style. Okay. So let's go back to this. I get so distracted so easily. So what we can do is we can go with a set for $66. No, this is already at $16.99. We can't really do much here. So what you can do is this, all right? You start with the 7600. If you're actually aiming for 1440p, like you say here, then the 7600 is usually fine because it's GPU bound, not CPU bound. And you have socket AM5. So your CPU upgradability over time is way high. Like it's the most upgradable socket right now. And you did say here that you do plan on upgrading your CPU over time. So there's that. I'm a bit intoxicated, but did you just like my Blue Sky DM? I might have. Not just now, no. I don't know how I would have done that. I'm not looking at it. No, I didn't. Oh, actually do need to look at the builder because you said that it should look better now or something, right? Yeah, does it look better? I can take a look at that after I do this build. Did I like it though? I mean... Oh, but did you like it? I thought you meant like actively did the like thing. I'm not saying I don't like the DM. I haven't been able to look at that yet. I do need to take a look. But yeah, you can start out with a 7600, and it's a great way to get started with the system. See, but this is $1699 as it is, and I'll show you the system. It's pretty great for a starting system here. What we're looking at is a Radeon RX 7800 XT, 32 gigs DDR5 5600, which is okay. It's not optimized, but it's, you know, you can go up to 6 DDR5. Ooh, let's pick this because it's $20 less for DDR5 6000. Hell yeah. This changes though. This stuff changes. So that's an upgrade right there. It's going to be in that Ryzen sweet spot there. This motherboard is fine, but for $31, you can get probably my favorite motherboard here, and one of my favorites just of the entire generation right now, the X670E Gaming Plus Wi-Fi for $31. I would say that is a valuable upgrade there. The 7800 XT for 1440p gaming is great. It's very good for that. However, it's not amazing for ray tracing in comparison to Nvidia. It's pretty good, but compared to an Nvidia card, not quite as good. But for the price point, 16 gigs of VRAM, great 1440p performance. It is a solid GPU at this price point. 850 watts Enermax Revolution DF2 is a really solid, highly rated power supply. 1 terabyte Team Group M.2. However, check this. We're going to go with the SN580, and then you get a free upgrade to the 2 terabyte. Bam! Look at that. For the same price. So now you have 2 terabytes of storage. The case is the one I was showing off earlier. I think it's I think iBuyPower knocked it out of the park with this case. It's their best looking in-house case, period. All right, AJ, thank you for coming in though. But yeah, I'll take a look at the. I'll take a look. If you want, I can wait to take a look at the builder to when you can be here. 10 minutes. I have to look up the specs on both of those. I just know that the X670E going from B650 to X670E for $31 is insane. Insane. It is such a good upgrade for $30. So this, what you're looking at, other than the upgrade to the storage, which was a free upgrade, and the upgrade to the RAM, which costs a bit less. Wait, how did we get to where it's... What did I do? Oh, the upgrade to the motherboard. And upgrading the motherboard. This is essentially the pre-built rebuilt system that they sent me to be the basis system for the series. So I would say this right here is probably going to be the one you want. Now, it is 1710, but with... you can go with... Yeah, it's going to ship the video card uninstalled. Yes. You can go with the code that they already have, which would mean it takes a little longer to come in. Or you can wait until mine is working, which shouldn't affect that. It takes off $85.50 with defer, which puts it at like $20 more than the budget, $25 more than the budget. So it's not too bad. Not bad at all. With the upgrades we did, it's going to be so set up for any kind of sim rig that you want to set up. It's going to be perfect for that. And you'll have the link and it'll be good to go. I don't know if that 2 terabyte upgrades for free is still going to be there. You'll want to make sure it's not adding a bunch to the price when you eventually go to make your purchase. All right, guys, I'm going to manually run an ad in... oh, no, it's fine. I know you let me know any issues you see. And it's just the builder homepage where you can find all of them at once. Nice. Good. Now I don't have to hunt down the links. All right, you got it. Take it easy, bud. Yes to the case. Got it. Now the code should be Braythorn6 once that's working again. So save that right there. Yeah, the code should be the same. Save that right there, and then you're good to go. once that's working again. And I'm going to try to get that working again tomorrow. It's not really up to me, but yeah. It has been a bit since I've talked to iBuyPower, so who knows? Who knows what the situation is? All right, Vendropes. Vendropsy? Well, it's your turn. Are you still with us? Didn't I do more than this? Yeah, I really haven't done much tonight, I guess. Now, it seems like most of the entries that have come in tonight have been later in the stream. Now, Tony G, I can't be certain that the code's going to be the same, though. It might be that they had to remove it because it got picked up by coupon code sites or something. Just check the Discord coupon codes channel. The coupon codes channel in the Discord is where I usually go to update stuff like that. Updated codes should always be in there. Some of them are out of date. I do need to go in there and fix some of them. But I'll make sure that the iBuyPower one is up to date. If you check it late in the, later afternoon tomorrow, it should be there. Vendropes, are you here? It says you are still here in chat. Please sound off so I know you're here, or I do need to move on, which I feel bad because you've been waiting, but please let me know, because there are, looks like 3 other people who are waiting for help right now, which wasn't the case before, but it is now. Please sound off, let me know you're here so we can get you helped out. Ah, Canada, eh? Okay. Gaming, content creation, video and graphic design, coding, game design. All right, chat. What do we think the odds are that this was put in as Canadian rubles or US dollars for the budget? What do we think? Okay, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next person. I'm sorry, Vendrops, but we are already at 11 p.m. and there are 3 more people to help. If it takes a long time for any of these, then it takes a long time and we might not be able to get to everybody tonight. That's just how that goes. But you keep your spot on the list for the following stream, so you just come right back and get your help then. How's that going to look next week? Tuesday is Christmas Eve. I might not be streaming next Tuesday. I might move it to Monday, the 23rd. My God, it's almost Christmas. Okay. Damn, I left my PC idling with a game running on menus. I do that all the time. If I ever get the chance to game, I'm usually pulled away from it just as quickly. I guess we'll take a quick look at... Hold on, let me pull this up over here. We're going to take a quick look at Stintsbelt's new configurator thing. Okay, so this is where you go to systems and you go to, I guess, is it custom builds? No, it's not. Well, either way. And then you go here to signature, optimizer, Lux. You choose one. And then you have your builder. Yeah, you do. Okay, good. Good job. That works for me. How are y'all still getting 4070s? They don't make those anymore. All right. Anyways, okay. So the next person is going to be Crypto 478. Next Tuesday is Christmas Eve. Yeah, usually we celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve, or we celebrate the holidays on Christmas Eve. So yeah, Wiz Nation, welcome back. Crypto 478, you're next. Are you here? I'll mark you as being here, Wiz Nation. Just if you need to leave before I get to you, let me know, please. Because I'm not sitting here like calling out. Because like I think Vendropes just started to lurk and went off into something else because I was taking forever just yapping, because I do that. Apologize for that, but that does mean I'm sitting here like calling out for them for 5-10 minutes instead of helping anybody. And that's what I'm doing again with Crypto 478. Let's see. And Crypto 478 is in Twitch chat. Please respond. PowerSpec 12900K and 4070. 12900K is still goated. That's such a good CPU. Old new stock is how they have those cards, probably. CEC, I've got a surprise for you in a few minutes. Okay, all right. I do like surprises. Okay, we're moving on to Wiz Nation because Crypto 478 did not respond. Neither did Vendropes. So Wiz Nation, you were just trying to upgrade your RAM. Now, can you tell me, so you said it's DDR4, right? Easy peasy. All right. And you want to go to 32 gigs, right? What's up, AO Rip Band-Aid? How's it going? Welcome. I'm going to go back to what you said before. Oh, you want 64 gigs. 64 gigs. Now, if you want to continue using the kit that you have in there, I need to know the exact specs of your RAM, unless you want me to just find you a 2-stick 64 gig kit, which is totally possible, totally fine. We can totally do that. But if you know the exact specs of your current set of RAM, we can just get a 32 gig kit and then you can add it in there if it's perfectly matching. That can be a little difficult without pulling the stick out and looking at the actual like SKU of the RAM. Okay, well, you're not responding, so we're just going to do a 64 gig kit. DDR4, 3600, which is ideal for 3000 series and 5000 series. You have not told me what the actual CPU is, so I'm going to have to guess that too. Just so you know, guys, when your turn comes up, we're having a conversation. It needs to be both ways. I need to get responses from y'all. 2x32. Let's see if we can do... No, at that capacity, usually it's CL18, but we'll do CL16 and 18. 16 through 18. I really do like the Trident Z Neos. I use Samsung B-Die if I'm not mistaken. 2x32, $124.99. There you go. And considering that you listed a budget for this RAM upgrade of $2,000, I imagine that that price is acceptable. There you go. Done. Guys, you got to respond when your turn comes up, because you probably had more questions for me, but what can I do if you're not responding? You got to make sure you're also caught up with the stream as well. Make sure you're up to date with where we're at on the stream. Void Tuner, are you here? Do you think they'll be releasing Ryzen 5000 series CPUs anymore? I hope not. They're kind of beating a dead horse here. They just need to manufacture whatever SKUs they've already got with whatever stock they have left. Just, that's all they got to do. I'm glad that they're still supporting AM4 nearly 5 years after the date they said it would stop getting support. That's incredible. It's really crazy. It gives me a lot of hope for AM5, because I said AM5 to 2027. That's probably going until 2032. All right, Void Tuner is here. Let me mark you down as being here. There we go. All right, $1,500, 1440p. Okay. Let me ask you this real quick, Void Tuner. What is the actual maximum budget for your system? I asked that because in the form, it goes by increments of $500, and that's not very granular. You know what I mean? So you might be somewhere in between 1,500 to 2,000. Is it like 1,650, 1,700? Where are we at? Or if it's 1,500, just tell me that. That's interesting. I didn't even think about the fact that I'd be getting statistics on which micro centers have the most of my viewers near them. And apparently Dallas is number 1, followed closely by Tustin, California, and Charlotte, North Carolina. And about 30% of people come in for DIY parts lists. Most people come in for 1440p. They're looking for 1440p performance. Yet what I find is that this 12.1% is the people who select, I don't know, I haven't decided, or whatever my budget allows. Most of them end up going to 1440p afterwards. So that's more like 60% or so. I will say that the percentage of people looking for a white build has sadly dropped to about a quarter of entries. And I don't think I'll ever recover from that. Shocking 5%. Well, that's just not that bad. Only 5% of people don't know whether they need Wi-Fi or not. But a remarkable number of people need Wi-Fi. And I really just prefer hardline over Wi-Fi, but that's because I ran cables for years, so I'm able to run Ethernet if I need to. But this is probably my favorite statistic out of all of them. Oh, 1,500? Okay. This is probably my favorite statistic out of all of them. 65.4% of people, even though y'all are getting pre-builts for the most part, have stated that you do intend on upgrading your CPU over time. 65.4%. Do y'all know how many people SIs have told me, like, why do you care about upgradability? Most people don't upgrade their CPUs. Yeah, but they want to. But most of them end up getting pushed Intel, who doesn't really allow for that for very long. So, like, yeah, people want to do it when they hear that it's an actual option. Anyways, let's get to... So here's what I'm thinking. Void Tuner, I already did a build for someone that was around this price point, but because it... Actually, where was it? It was... Is it this one? No, it was this one. This one right here. Here we go. This is because, especially for you, you're just doing gaming at 1440p. This is even more appropriate. It's just that you know what? Forget this. My coupon code's not working there. We're going to go to, let's go to SkyTech. We're going to SkyTech. I know my coupon code works here, so there you go. Out of curiosity, don't white motherboards get yellow over time? Star Fox, a lot of motherboards that have white PCBs, PCB material, not necessarily gonna have that same effect as Apple, or, you know, old Macintosh plastic. It should last quite a while with the colorway. And a lot of PC cases are gonna be painted metal, not just a colored plastic necessarily, but some is a colored plastic. So it could happen. But a lot of the plastic parts that you'll find on a PC are easily replaceable, and you can contact the case manufacturer to get replacements for like a front panel and stuff like that, if you ever find that that's an issue. See, the problem here is that the best system for the price is going to be this system with a 7600X and a 4070 Super, but it's not a black PC, which is what you chose as the option. 1 terabyte Gen 4, 240mm AIO, 32 gigs DDR5, 5200, guys. Oh, come on. I mean, it's a really good price for that, to be fair. So let's check out the Blaze 4 Mini, 9600X and a 7800 XT. If we look at the GPU chart here for 1440p Ultra, the 7800 XT is very close to the 4070 Super in pure rasterized performance. If you're not really keen, if you don't really care much about ray tracing, 7800 XT is going to be indistinguishable in performance from a 4070 Super at pure rasterized performance. Looking at the Blaze 4 right here, what we're looking at is 32 gigs DDR5 5600, so it's an upgrade to the frequency, AMD Radeon 7800 XT, the upgraded 9600X over the 7600X, 1 terabyte M.2 drive. The downside here is going to be the 650 watt 80 plus gold power supply. If you're going to do a GPU upgrade down the line, you're going to need to also do a power supply upgrade with this one in particular. Looking at this one, it's also 650 watt 80 plus gold. Which of these is going to have a better PSU in it? I bet it's that one with a 4070 14700F. No, thank you. This one's going to be above budget. But yeah, I mean, that's, let me see here real quick. I actually cannot recommend the Blaze 4 Mini after all. Why would that be, Bray? You just said, well, because actually it just seemed a little off to me that it was a 650 watt power supply with a 7800 XT. Because I recall that, yeah, the 7000 series is actually pretty power hungry, and AMD recommends a 700 watt power supply for any system with a 7800 XT in here. Skytech is under the recommended spec for this power supply. Therefore, no individual out there should buy this system with this spec. This is under spec, and I'm going to be contacting Skytech about that. However, the Archangel with a 4070 Super, well, Nvidia recommends a 650 watt power supply for the 4070 Super. So this one actually does meet that requirement. Skytech, how could you do that? Out of curiosity. Look at this one. Yo, this system's way better. Hold up. Back up. I almost overlooked this. This one right here has a Ryzen 7 7700. That's kind of why I overlooked it, because you don't really need 8 cores, 16 threads for a 1440p gaming machine, but the 7700 is low-key an awesome CPU. It's what I put in the system I designed. Actually, this is really close to the system I designed. Ryzen 7 7700 and the 7800 XT is exactly what I put in there, along with 32 gigs DDR5 6000. 1 terabyte M.2 drive. This is a different case. That's the main thing, is it's a different case, different cooler. B650 motherboard. It says tower cooling, so it's not going to necessarily be this AMD cooler you see here. And it has DDR5 6000, which is ideal. It's a sweet spot for 7000 series Ryzen. And the cherry on top, 750 watt power supply, not 650, not 700, 750. So this actually slightly exceeds the recommended power supply from AMD. This is the one. This is the one you want. Critical error. It has been a few minutes, and I still don't have my surprise. What is the deal? I'm getting you a link for that system right now. Just a note, if it's needed, I plan to play games like Ark Survival Ascended, GTA 5, Modern Minecraft, Rocket League, and League of Legends. That should be fine with 32 gigs of RAM. That shouldn't be a problem. Go to our site, check the gallery. All right, I'll do that. And not only that, by the way, Void Tuner, this thing has gone down to 1,400, so you're saving $100 that you could put towards a nice keyboard and mouse or something. A nice keyboard, nice mouse, nice headset, or part of a monitor or something like that. There you go. And there's a code SWARM that'll get you an additional discount off of this right here. All right, going here, doing that, putting that there, done. Got that there done now, all right. Okay. Well, if Vendro doesn't come back and crypto doesn't sound off that they're here, I guess we'll probably get. By the way, what's up, Star Fox? I hope you're doing well. Void Tuner, no problem. Don't forget to get your discount off of that with that code. It saves you money and supports what I do. 7 new galleries. All right. Ambitious. Okay, let me go to my list here. Here you go. Look at that. You're on my list, by the way. I don't know if you saw that. Gallery. Oh, yeah. That's pretty sick, though. Wait, wasn't this one there before? No? That's crazy. Now that's soft tubing, right? Because like that's the thing about soft tubing. If you guide it properly, it can look insanely good. Got them Alpha Cool pump rads. Those are great if you need a nice compact pump radiator. Not pump rad, pump res. I said pump rad, pump res. Way to go, bro. And you gotta love the Team Red build here. Oh, never mind. GeForce RTX, my bad. I could have sworn this was going to be an AMD build because it's all kitted out in red livery, but no, this looks really good. I love the King 95. It's such a good looking case. Got the Corsair CPU block. I'm guessing all Corsair hardware. Well, not that, not the GPU block. That is EK. That's all interchangeable anyway. O11 Evo. No, that's not an Evo. That's an O11 D. Or is this the XL? No, it's the XL. Yeah, because it has a rear fan spot there. Looking good. Bits power fittings. You do like those trimmer cables, huh? They really do dress up a build. So how do you feel about these Asia Horse sort of Infinity fans? That's really nice right there. Barrel, yeah, okay. Got the flow meter there. That looks really cool, actually. I'm glad you got that angle. Looks really good. These are the Asia Horse fans. They look really good. Yeah, I like them. Do they have the hard daisy chaining? They're decent. Our main complaint is that they don't sync well with Razer Chroma. The middle LEDs are in parallel with some of the external ones. I don't like Razer Chroma though. Try Signal RGB with those. I want to see how they work with Signal RGB. Let me know. I don't have them to test it myself. Got the vision. This is crazy. What is these, like Christmas themed 12V FWR? Oh, okay. So this is just an LED strip that's run in a mesh sleeve. That looks cool. That's cool. I mean, the end is naturally going to be rough. That's how it is with any mesh sleeving. That's interesting. That is an interesting look. I mean, it's good. Good, interesting. The problem with 12V PWR and 12V 2x6 by extension is that it's, speaking of extension, it's hard to find and nerve-wracking to get reputable extensions for it. I mean, I'm going to love that by default. I think that one was already up, wasn't it? 3 LED strips, got it. Notice the vertical tube. I have no idea which build you were talking about at the time, but I'm guessing it was this. Looks good. I think people underestimate just how good it looks to use clear coolant, and it's also better for your loop to use non-opaque coolants, just clear coolants, just your standard coolant. You don't have to flush it as frequently. You don't get buildup. The hard tube that runs straight from the top to bottom was insane getting it in there. I can only imagine. Yeah. Believe it or not, the thing is, I know academically about hardline tubing. I have done, in my 25 years of PC building, I've done one. That's it. And I didn't even get to do the whole thing. It was part of a collaboration. But I did get to bend some tubes, and I did get to put it all together and do all that. But I didn't get to plan it out, and I didn't get to bend everything. It was always financially out of reach for me. And now that I'm a content creator around PC stuff, I cover pre-builts. I don't really get to cover this kind of thing. So I really just haven't done it start to finish. You know what would happen if you got a leak in there? A critical error. I'll see myself out. No, it's okay. We'll see you out. Times you out. We can schedule time for you to come in and do one. Well, I mean, the thing is, I want to do one, like, I want to sit down and spend weeks doing one, messing up. And like, that's how I like to learn stuff. That is a very cool offer for you to do that, and I appreciate that. That's kind of what we tried to do when I did this other one. It's just with the filming schedule, it was just not possible. I needed to film some stuff of me learning how to bend some tubes, and then that was it. The system needed to be really solid because it was going to be a giveaway system that we did, and it turned out great. I got to design it too. I got to take take the lead in how I wanted it to look and the visual design of it and stuff when it came to like the graphics that we put on it, but that was remote. Hey, chat, how's it going? How's it going, chat? How y'all doing? Hi. I guess I'm done helping people because Vendropes and Crypto 478 did not come back, did not show up. I think they're still lurking, which I definitely appreciate. Yep, for Vendropes and for... Yep, both of them are still in chat. But that was that, I guess. I guess we're just hanging out for the rest of the stream. Watch, they're going to come at 11:55 p.m. and I'm going to be like, all right, see you on Monday, maybe? I don't do that. I didn't do it on purpose. Check out the Quantum Freezer. That's the most insane reservoir we've ever touched. Okay. Yeah, that's a big old tall reservoir. Is that Ryzen Tech? or Ryujin Tech or whatever it is. That is crazy. It looks like, you know, mad scientist kind of thing. Pretty cool. That thing is massive, man. What is that, like a 2-foot reservoir? Yep. It's like a 1.5 foot of reservoir right there. It's a 3/4 gallon. Good Lord. They're so excessive. I mean, it makes sense in this build. It's a big case. So it works with it, but good Lord. Wow. Now, is this the P6 and you made 3D printed brackets for custom cut acrylic mesh plates there? It looks like a P6. And those look like they might be 3D printed brackets. That would allow you then to mount the fans on the outside and have more room for the inside of the case. Am I correct? Did I hit the nail on the head there? Yeah, that's a reflection of these fans here. That gives you more room for radiators inside. But looking at the overall profile, this looks like the core P6. No, P6, or is it the bigger one? I think there's a P8. P8, there you go. Thank you, John. To you as well. Yeah, the P8 makes more sense. The P6 is pretty big. That's the one we use, actually, in our build. Let me actually find it.
Guys, I got to go to California to visit Skytech HQ. I got to build an insane Intel gaming.
Hold on. Let me show you here. Yeah, that was it right there. Dude, I've gained weight. That's not great. It's not my favorite thing to look at. Look at that, though. The etched glass with RGB going through it is one of my favorite things. And then having sort of the vaporwave sunset animation coming through this triangle, right, this mountain right here, it looks so cool. I really like this build. It wasn't as crazy as some of the ones y'all do because this was a giveaway build that was going to just a person that wanted a PC. Yeah, I think that came out pretty good. But obviously, we couldn't go crazy with it because it needed to be able to be easily refilled and drained and refilled by, you know, just a random winner of the giveaway. But it was really cool because it was very last minute that Thermal Mike came through because they're down the street from Skytech and they know the Skytech team really well. They know the CTO of Skytech really well. They're friends. That they came through with stuff like the pump res distro plate for the P6, all that stuff, tubing, all kinds of things, so that we can get the build done. It's pretty chill in comparison, but really from this angle, like the sunset being right there between the mountains actually is perfect. I love it. But yeah, it came out pretty sick. But this is the one where some of the tube bends were done before I got there because we had a filming schedule, because this was something that was done by the team, that does content for Intel. Bento. They're not with Intel anymore, as far as I understand. But this was fun.
Before we've done special giveaways, projects, but in the end,
per second, CL40. But generally with these, the sticker size, you get the click. So that's as exhaust. Power GF3 1650 watt.
1650. So with that,
16 pin. Because before we put in this uses a special one. So here we go. I made a total mistake on the install of the.
I want to try it for the first time. I want to do this for the first time. I want to do it myself. And to me, there's something really important here. Even though I've been doing DIY for over 20 years, there is still always going to be something out there to learn.
we talked about.
Now, you guys might be recognizing some of that music, and that's because when the team that was editing the video, yes, I didn't have to edit this one, which was great. When the team that was editing the video was like, okay, what music would you like us to use? Of course, I sent them backing track. Okay, you said there's another one I need to look at. All right. Hi, Rurutu. More blinky lights, indeed. Purple and black one with the custom tube brackets. Talk about this one. Purple and black. That's hardline. So is it? It looks like hardline. So that can't be it, right? This one, you can't, you know, saying, oh, I already looked at that. Saying purple and black doesn't narrow it down a whole lot, which I like. That's good. Another purple and, well, that's, yeah, some purple, some black. Well, lots of black, actually. Which one are you talking about? I mean, you have good taste in color schemes. I'll say that. Has a blue front. It's Lee and Lee. That's pink, blue, and white. Ah, there we go. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. That's a really cool concept. So that's soft tubing. Makes it easier to work on, but that depends on how easy it is to remove these custom guides. One of the reasons when I was first pricing out the whole kit to do my first custom loop, when I was going to be working with EK on it, I was pricing it out and it was like $1,500, and that was because it had this distro plate, which is like $500 by itself, something like that. $400? I don't remember, man. It's really expensive. That's cool. That's cool. That's a good concept. One thing I've been liking a lot. Do you follow Liquid House? Liquid House popularized using a very specific type of mesh sleeving that's really gorgeous, and has done a lot of really cool soft tubing builds that just capture the eye. Like well, both of them, him, you know, he and Elle, they both work on these, but they you know, he's got this way of using soft tubing to guide the eye over the build, and it's just gorgeous. They do a lot of open air stuff, but they're also super cool people too. I've gotten to hang out with them here and there a little bit, but it was my favorite thing was Computex, because at Computex I got to hang out with them for like almost like half the time I was there. It was so awesome because they're such good people, really cool people. Yeah, it's this. It's spelled like that. If you like awesome liquid cooled builds, you have to be following them. They also have their own products that are super cool. Like instead of tubes, they have these single channel distro plate like things that are just a single channel long thing that you can sort of put in different parts of your build. It's really cool. They make really cool stuff too. Anyway, well, I guess these two aren't coming back. Thank you both of y'all for the lurks. I do appreciate that. But next time, try to stick around so I can help you out. I know it took a while. I know I yapped a lot. That's just the way it is around here, and I do apologize for that. I'm probably gonna let's see. What do we got going on right now? Let's come back to y'all looking at my face. Hello. Okay, so there's a buddy of mine that I haven't been able to raid in a really long time, and if y'all can join me for this, it would mean a lot. So stick around. One of the latest ones definitely has a similar vibe to Infinity Cube with the draping tubes. Beautiful. Yeah, and they've been doing stuff like that for a long time. When you see, like, Liquid House is one of those modders where when you see trends, some of them started at Liquid House. Just absolutely dope. Okay, I already see people dropping out of the chat. Hey, one of the things, if you want to support what I do and like make me happy for making y'all happy, I know not everybody likes raiding, but even if you just are there for 5 minutes, it makes that streamer's night or day. It's going to be night. I stream late. It makes their night. It really makes it better. So for those of you who are here, please stick around. If you're watching on YouTube, look at the description, click the link to the Twitch channel to come along for the raid. It's a lot of fun. I don't do them on YouTube, but I do it here. But we're going to raid my buddy Shy Flosion, someone who's been a buddy of mine for a long time, and they're a very cool streamer. And we're going to go ahead and drop a raid over there. If and y'all don't mind, let's go do it. Also, if you play Marvel Rivals, they have Marvel Rivals drops enabled on their stream right now. So come along for that, because then you can get some extra goodies from Marvel Rivals just by watching. Northern Lights, I have already activated the raid. So that's like, well, I can wait a minute. It says raiding in 1 minute. Robert, you like a good raid? I appreciate that. Thank you, Simple Green, for switching. Everybody who's switching, thank you so much. It means a lot to me to be able to bring joy to my fellow streamers, because this can be, it can be a tough, even if it's a hobby, it's a tough hobby. But if it's a job, it's a tough job. No, I'm not one of those guys who's like, it's harder than a 9 to 5. It's not. Okay, it isn't. It is its own unique kind of challenge. And if we can bring any kind of happiness to someone else who's out there trying to share their joy, trying to share their love for video games or whatever they're here streaming, we should do that. So guys, come along with me. We're going to go. Yo, thank you, Northern Lights, for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. 6-month streak. Look at that. And Simple Green, I appreciate you. All right, guys, I'll see y'all in the next one. Maybe probably Sunday night. Until then, take care.
Let's go, nerds!